This is Canarsie, Rockaway Parkway. The next stop on this Brooklyn-bound podcast is Last Stop on the L. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Last Stop on the L is proudly sponsored by Dulce Amore Couture, premium couture accessory line, specializing in jewelry and watches featuring the handcrafted Amore collection. Based in New York City, but not limited to. You can meet Miss Yeezy Smith on Facebook / Dulce Amore Couture or Instagram Dulce Amore Couture or visit the website dulceamorecouture.bigcartel.com.
It's your boy Juice, aka The Juice is Loose. Studio 231 is located in the beautiful and trendy Lower East Side of Manhattan with studio rates and full studio setup. If you'd like to record with me at Studio 231, you can reach me at juice-cannon.com or Twitter at juicecannon.
Yo, welcome back to the Last Stop on the L. Before I introduce myself, I need to send out a general warning. Leave Rihanna alone. Listen, shout out to my yardies. Y'all have done a lot for the culture, but fuck out of here. Y'all not claiming her.
Right. Not
even
fact,
jest.
Because of y'all, we lost a fucking ring, right? Patrick Ewing. That's what I'm saying. It's your boy Mayhem Mike.
Wow.
Spicy.
Y'all niggas different.
Spicy. Different.
That diaspora beef. What's up?
It's your boy Chris from Highbridge saying, God damn, we starting off with free smoke?
It's your boy Juice Cannon. I'm here.
Hold on. Juice
still
Cannon.
smoking, son.
Yo. Juice Cannon did it again. Somehow this man acquired some outfit for his new video. Juice, you gonna tell us about this video?
Oh, the boss video?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I got a UPS outfit. I can't say from who, but I got it.
Son, let me tell you how I know he did was... You cannot buy that uniform unless you have verified credentials that you work for a certain corporation, company, business.
Yeah, I know
allegedly.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to that video. I'm fucking feeling it. If you ever check Juice's video out, okay, first of all, y'all need to, because the cinematography is phenomenal, my brother.
Thank you.
I hope the streams is going up, my brother.
Oh, yeah, 20,000, man. 20,000. We up there.
Okay. We about to see you at next year's Rolling Loud?
Yeah, hopefully. If the NYPD don't ban me too.
Oh shit.
They gonna look at my Facebook friends. Oh nah. Oh hell no. They gonna be like, nah.
He in the mix. It's game over. It's quiet.
It's over for him.
Fact.
Nah, they gonna be like, Last Stop on the L, let me listen. You wanna do what with the hoop? Nah, fuck these things.
NYPD has suggested that you don't have to follow it on.
Right? We're gonna wait till you don't roll out, and we're gonna drop out a new wear, son.
Oh,
so that way somebody roll up in your crib.
I'm wearing that on
protected.
stage.
Right. Wear it on stage and afterwards.
Last Stop on the L. Nah, man. I just use UPS, man. I ain't gonna use me. I use them, alright? Yeah.
Yo, but don't you sell more records if you get banned? I would fucking tour on that shit. Yo, I got banned in my city, dog.
That's how real I am.
Man, this nigga must be spitting some facts, right?
That should be happening to the Griselda folks.
Yeah.
Benny, anytime he tries to perform in Buffalo, niggas, he said, because his label is BSF, Black Soprano Family. Mm-hmm. If you have on a Black Soprano Family shirt, Benny's like, niggas will run down on you. PD will run down on you, full court press. And anytime his name come up in a club show,
they take their license.
Wow, son.
Man.
Free speech until
I still want a snowman shirt though. Remember Young Jeezy?
Yeah.
I still want.
Yo, he's selling them.
He still got them?
Yeah, the
I'm
website.
so mad Jeezy never
Is it authentic
trademarked
or is
that
it like
shit.
this?
It's authentic, but he got them
money.
more so on like jerseys and stuff like that, hoodies.
Every
I want
color, son.
The hood
Every color
stole
of
those
Tekashi's
shirts.
hair.
Yes, they did.
The hood stole
Yeah, he
those
said he never
shirts.
made no money off
He
it.
couldn't.
Yeah, he was like,
He didn't know about copyright.
right?
Facts. Shout out to 2 Chainz though with that
Oh,
dab
2
and
Chainz
Santa.
was like, I'm getting my
All
money.
that nigga knew at that time was boom, boom, clap.
Right? Boom, boom, clap.
You know, it's funny because Jeezy talked about his early shows. He's just like, niggas was trying to have me sign contracts. He's like, contracts? Just pay me in cash.
Right?
With no paperwork.
I'm
My name
emotional.
meant nothing.
Right?
I hug my block.
Paperwork's how you build a case. Fuck that.
Facts. You out here telling?
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
you rapping.
wasn't
nigga, you
him?
rapping.
Yo, real talk. I think it was Jeezy who came on Hot 97 or whoever and was like, statute of limitations. I can't talk about shit like that. I was like,
I remember.
Jeezy.
I remember that. Yeah, that's probably around the BMF time. Too.
Yeah.
He was
But he
very
talked
quiet.
about that years later. Just like, the
Yeah, he was
statute of
very
limitations
quiet.
up.
Word.
that's how you know
Oh,
that nigga's
my
real.
Yo, shout out to Jeezy, man. I mean, he had a moment. He wasn't the most lyrical, but he had the street toast smash.
Facts.
Oh yeah, he had.
Yeah, that was a whole wave. You getting shit banned in school? Like I'm wearing a snowman shirt.
Nah.
Nah.
Like Frosty is alive and real in the wintertime, but I can't wear this shit in the summer.
We could wear bright red, bright blue, whatever gang affiliated colors, but we can't wear a snowman shirt.
No.
Nope.
Because you can't ban a whole ass color. That's a harder thing to do.
Yeah, he's right.
I don't know. Our school would have found a way.
No, I mean, shout
Put
out
everybody in
to
uniform.
New York hood niggas when they started, when they figured out what the bandana was. That's when the prayer beads came through.
Son,
Can't obstruct my right to express my religion, bitch.
let me tell you when I found out about
Shout to
the
the-
prayer beads. My boy who shouts name nameless was like, I gotta pick up my folk. I'm like, your peoples? Like, nah. All of a sudden on Utica, not even Utica's, Flatbush, there is literally a religious store not too far from Popeyes. If you live in Brooklyn, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They got nothing but beads. And Shorty, like, there made sure all the beads was in the front. Like, you knew what you was getting. And she was ready, too. She was like, oh, okay, yeah. I was like, yo, y'all niggas come here all the time? And they ain't catch on? I got out of that store, cuz I can't be saying you know when your boy's doing something, you step up. Anyway, you right. I'm not even gonna say that. You're right.
Freedom of religion. Anywho. Y'all made the law. I'm just following it. Anyway.
Allegedly.
Oh, my God. Yo, we gotta get to this Blurred update. Let's spin some dope shit. I'm actually, before we get into, like, the serious talk, I want to take a moment to shout out Tyler Perry. Because I was watching that Ava DuVernay studio tour, my nigga, and I'm just like, this place is fucking huge. Like, like, it's one thing to have a movie studio. Because, first of all, no one else has one. Let's just establish that. It's
Right,
one thing to have a movie studio.
Right.
But then to have it on that scale, that's number two. And then to be filling in most of the stages with your own content and still have the ability to rent out to, like, fucking Black Panther was the first movie to shoot on that. And they also shot Avengers there.
Right.
Son.
So like,
Okay.
shout out to him, but
Son.
also like, see, like it's Tyler Perry. They may think I'm hating fans, whatever. But that shows you the power of our people. Like we supported this man so much that he was able to buy.
I don't want to say we. People, I'm not. I was not watching Medea.
I watched every single one of them.
I was not one of the people.
Every single one of them.
I'm just gonna say, black culture in general.
Okay.
Supported Tyler Perry, and I can't even say I didn't support him because I did watch movies, whether it be on dates or whatever, or I watched the plays, which was I was always told
Oh my
was better
God,
than the
them
movie.
bootleg plays
Right.
stalked
Right.
me.
Right.
This is what you get for having Christian friends.
They were funny.
Wow.
I can't even front.
Wow.
You forgot who Shady McBoots was? Shady Boots was? Like, come on, son. Where's Vanna?
Let me just give a warning to everybody. Don't ever watch For Colored Girls. Your day's over. It's over.
Bruh.
Don't do it. That's a Tyler Perry movie I
Bruh.
supported. I was done after that day.
Facts.
Yeah.
That shit fucked me up for months.
Yeah, not for real.
Facts.
For real. It's
Just want to say,
Yeah.
just to capitalize on that moment, we supported him so much that he was able to buy his own studios. Now, I'm not saying that man doesn't have a good team behind him and he's not business minded as well, but that's how much power that we have. We could do so much more. I'm okay with it. I don't really think he's for us because I think back to what he did to what's her face. Because Vanna Sage was sticking up for her, and I can't remember
Monique?
her name. Huh?
Monique?
Monique. There you go. I was thinking something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still agree. I don't think she was worth what she was trying to claim, trying to get for. But what he, Oprah, and the other guy did to her, I was like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. So that's how I feel. But he's got his studio.
Listen,
what can I say?
I don't particularly care for most of his content, but without joking seriousness, I've always respected his business ethic because he's always owned his shit. Even when he was doing the Lionsgate deal, like that was a distribution deal. That wasn't no fucking. Oh wow! Yeah, that was a straight up distribution deal. And like oh my god, what's that TBS show that he had?
The Pains,
Browns,
Meet the Browns or something like that. Yeah, nigga, TBS paid him $100 million up front.
Wow!
And he filmed all the seasons back to back to back on his lot. His old lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is why I also got to shout him out for this, right? Because, Black and Latino folks are oftentimes pitted against each other because of both of our internal stuff amongst each other, but also to society as large, right? Because it's like, one is stealing something from the other. That's the narrative that's often pushed. The old head of Tyler Perry Studios was a Cuban dude. I forgot his full name, but his last name was Abreu. And him and his brother bought Tyler Perry's old studio lot, right? And along with Gloria Estefan, and now that's the first and only Latino-owned film studio in the United States.
Wow. That's amazing.
So Tyler Perry, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, it's like, yes, this is a space for Black greatness, but also in that way, my nigga.
Yo, you heard that Telemundo?
In the family.
I want more dark-skinned Latinas out there, man. Facts, Telemundo.
I
knew
you were going to say that.
Get a Mara.
Listen, son, that's the Black Beyonce right there, son.
Facts.
She be getting down, son.
Yeah, it's a monumental moment.
I'm just saying.
You said the Black Beyonce.
I did.
I gotta tell you, okay, that's fucked up.
Every time I see her,
I just caught that.
Every time I see her, I think of Beyonce when she was in Austin Powers, bro. That's how I see her every time.
Oh, I see what you said. Yeah, I see what you said.
I just remember her mad light. It could have been the makeup, but okay.
You know what? Shady Boots Jr. Right?
You talking about she the Black Beyonce? Beyonce black.
Beyonce light.
Oh wow!
I seem light skin.
All right, Beehive. I just like the record to show that wasn't me.
Hey,
yo, hit me up. Q Mayhem Mike on Twitter.
I have no comment. Thank you. I would just like to tell a funny story I saw from the about the studio. They asked Will Smith about it on some talk show he was doing. I think it was It doesn't matter. And he was just like. So Tyler Perry reached out to me and said, I'm dedicating a sound studio to you. And he invited me to its grand unveiling. And he was just like, it was a beautiful moment. He's like, to see this sound studio with my name on it was just kind of like, this is incredible. This thing is like, this is like a real Hollywood sound studio. Yeah. And then he's just like, he felt so honored. And then they went to go celebrate Oprah's studio. And he's just like, wait. Oh. Why is I get it, it's Oprah, but why is it that much bigger?
He's at the Black Hall of Fame. Stars on the pavement,
that was dope.
Yeah, man.
They was flaming that girl who was laying next to one. I think it was hers. I can't remember her name, but she was laying next to it.
Who? Oh, you can't remember?
Yeah, the actress name, but somebody was like, get up off that floor.
My G, his shit's so big, he got his own highway exit.
Wow.
I mean,
son.
Damn.
Yeah, he got the lanes and stuff.
Yeah, there's levels to this shit. Somebody, listen. So shout out to that man.
Was it
330?
Yeah,
330.
Yeah.
Nah, man, he could put a homeless shelter in there. I'm serious.
He is.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Wow. I just threw that out there too. I was wow.
Hey, listen, 330 acres. You can do a whole bunch
for
of shit,
homeless, for LGBTQ.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else.
For battered women too.
There you go.
Wow. So also in the studio, if you take the studios of MGM, Warner Brothers, and I forgot this third, and I think of Disney's Burbank studio, it could fit in his shit with 60 acres to spare.
Of course.
60.
Balling.
So listen, once that studio opened, here's what happened. If you Black and you write scripts, you know exactly where you're headed, right?
Yeah.
You're like, Cali, fuck that.
Atlanta.
No offense to LA, but that chicken seasoning don't hit the same out here, okay?
Wow.
I'm just saying that Southern chicken. I'm sorry. Come on. Are we gonna do this?
I'm
Are we
just
gonna pretend?
saying.
Are we gonna pretend?
Roscoe's is a staple.
Okay.
I'm here for Jack in the I'm here for Jack in the Box.
Really, nigga.
I've been to Cali. I've been to Jack in the Box.
Well,
they converted me.
Listen, Chick-fil-A did start in the South, so
Every time I buy a Chick-fil-A, it's just
still
like,
ain't get my
damn, why y'all
chicken
just
sandwich.
hate gay people? Just make a good sandwich and not hate gay people. Shit's mad easy to do. Shout out to Popeyes. You bite that, you're just like, damn, I feel better.
Sorry. When I think of Chick-fil-A, besides that great chicken sandwich I never had, I think of the memes and like the videos of Chick-fil-A rolling up on Popeyes employees.
Oh,
like, what's up?
Oh yeah,
Yo,
I remember
there
that
was-
video.
there was a dude. I forgot. I sent it to y'all in the group chat when he was doing the chicken sandwich coalition.
Oh, Roy Wood Jr. from the
Yeah,
show.
bro,
Suck My
that
Son.
shit was
so
hilarious.
dumb.
The context he had with that shit, bro.
Facts.
The backstory over some sandwiches.
Sudden
Gonna be
writing
somebody that's
was
still
solid.
chicken in his own hood before.
My favorite
Go to
is just
churches.
Like, my favorite one is just like, and we got Shake Shack. You know, considering how much it costs, you think your name would be somewhere.
That's funny.
Facts. All facts.
Oh, that shit was epic, bro.
Anyway, shout out to Tyler Perry. I guess it's official now. Atlanta is Wakanda. If you want to be black and successful and you don't live in Atlanta, I mean, we fucking up. I don't know what to say. I'm just joking. But I'm not joking. Anyway.
I'm about to say the shade though. Like, did it get cold in here? Where's the
Nah, but
sun?
like I really think it's dope, and I think that like it's going to spur other things because I think people don't realize that when you have the capability to produce film and stuff on that level, it's not just that you're getting people that write and direct. You need specializations.
Yeah.
You need people that can do, for example, the CGI. You need people that can do the costuming. You need the crew. So that's industry on a smaller scale. Forget the big actors and the lights. The smaller scale stuff, that's creating an entire generation of probably mostly black and Latino folks doing that work, as opposed to Hollywood where you have to struggle just to get in the fucking door.
And they keep going to like the same people that have yeah, I agree. It's a new market.
You out there selling the hope,
Yeah.
and not putting in the work.
Exactly. So it's like that's going to change. Even if Tyler Perry himself doesn't change stuff, the fact that it's going to be a generational change in the way you see the way to produce and now have the resources in one place to do it. It's like,
But okay, here's the part that might ruffle people's feathers. Where are the heirs to his throne? God forbid.
he got kids.
Oh, he do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, okay, I'm not going to say this on air, but anyway, y'all ever seen his wife? Shout out to you, Tyler.
Oh, he did his thing. Okay.
Tyler said, I'm going to settle down, and I said, I understand. Put the shirt up in the rafters. All right.
Meet me at the altar. Your white jet.
I get it, brother. Shout out to you. But speaking of black filmmaking, shout out to fucking Hulu with the Wu-Tang series.
Oh,
Yo,
dope.
How
facts.
is Dave East in that shit?
I noticed something I didn't like. They put makeup on him to cover his face tattoos,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
but it I can
looked
tell.
weird?
Yeah, he looks weird.
Yeah.
They could have done a better job.
Yeah, it got better later on. Like the
Okay.
later episodes, it got better, but
Yeah.
I initially noticed that.
They had to
That's
go to
it.
Fenty to get his complexion.
No,
But
what they
that's
did.
that's why you shouldn't do. You
makeup-
should tattoo your face.
What happened was they had a white. I'm making this up, but they had a white makeup artist, and it wasn't cutting it. They got a sister, and she was like, "I got this. This ain't nothing.
Right?
I used
Right.
to do this for my man." You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up?
They went to 34th Street Sephora and found Shorty. Like, oh, she in there killing it.
They say you, Keisha, right there. Yeah. We need you.
We heard about you. Yo, it's a dope series. I watched a couple of episodes. It definitely tells Staten Island as it is. Juice told me that they actually filmed it in Staten Island, so I was happy.
Shout out to Staple and Park Hill.
Facts. Shout out to Park Hill for sure, because I was born and I lived there for 6 years. Although it looks like, I'm not going to lie, it looks like a jail yard right now. I know how rough it is. It was true to an extent, and I'm feeling it. It's like, it's realistic to an extent, but I'm feeling it.
Shout out to them casting New York rappers too. Shout out to Dave E. Shout out to Joey
word.
Badass.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that dude from Dope in the movie too? Sharif?
Yeah, the one that plays Raekwon. The guy that plays Raekwon.
Oh, okay,
yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's another rapper too. He came out with some album called Fried Chicken. Damn, his face is Dime a Dozen. Dime a Dozen is one of the rappers too.
You know, in terms of these hip hop biopics, I like the fact that they're doing series instead of movies.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of, like, for example, like, I didn't see the New Edition series, right? Mm-hmm. But a series makes more sense for New Edition than a movie because there's just so much fucking story to tell, right?
Oh, yeah,
it's not just about them being a group because they were a group for so long.
Right.
Then they broke off into their own shit. Like, you can't pack that into 2 fucking hours realistically without just like jump cutting entire shit.
Yeah.
That's why it's like the NWA movie was dope, but like think about NWA in a proper context about them as a group then breaking off into solos. Like, dog. Like, so I get why Ice Cube did it, but I
think at the time too there was a lot of politics.
There's just too much. It's too much shit for one.
Yeah,
for one
no, I
movie.
agree with you.
Because even his Lynch Mob chapter was very short.
Yeah,
Ice Cube's Lynch Mob did.
And that's like seminal shit. Like, and it just seems to be like it happened. We're moving on. Like,
it did.
That's weird. Let's see what else is going on. Also, the Joker movie hit like a bitch. Good lord. Them niggas is rich as fuck now. Like, them niggas is like the largest rated R opening in October history. Woo.
So first of all, I called that shit from months ago when we saw the first trailer. It's going, and then one of the guys I follow, I'm not going to give you YouTube out because I don't get support from him yet. We don't get no money from him. But he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He's dope. And he called it, not only verified, this is going to spur a new genre of villains only. I said it here. I said it on the other podcast, Hyrule Geekix, because you can't have a superhero movie without a villain. But now you can have a villain movie without the superhero. And more people are more, interested in villains like that. Me and Oksha went over some of the villains that could possibly go over it, whatever, that you can have by themselves. And it's just like, with DC, and this is Warner too, they can build upon this. I don't know if they're going to, because they're saying like, oh, we don't want to include Batman. I don't think they're going to make another one, honestly. No matter how big that check is, it's too much. I think it's going to be a flop. Huh?
Just a one-off.
That's what I'm thinking too. But sometimes they consider
do a bunch
it.
Of one-offs.
There's been a lot of Facebook articles and shares and all this stuff about how people say it's too dark, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, Hollywood has made y'all sensitive because Hollywood would literally tell you this is an R-rated movie with some nudity content, violence, all this other stuff. It gives you the reading on the text, the actual letters and all those words, whatever, and you'd be like, oh, it's too graphic to bring my kids. Why are you bringing your kids to this shit anyway? Why you seriously?
Y'all know Negroes don't read.
But y'all hear and listen though.
All they saw was Joker. Their kids said that looked cool, and they showed up. That was the expense.
Nah, you gotta pay attention to the trailer is even dark.
Am I wrong?
The trailer is old.
You didn't watch the trailer,
but
dog.
This is for other movies too. And the reason why I'm even getting in my bag too, because it's not just white women, because it's colored people too be bringing their kids to the movie. You got a full newborn. Why are you bringing the kid to why are you bringing the newborn to the movie theater? Like, you gonna sit through that shit. That's not what happen. Not in the movie theater. But anyway, for like white women and like TV series, like Power Rangers. Power Rangers had its own. Okay, first of all, they weren't even getting paid that much. They'd be treated like crap. I'm gonna say they were treated like shit. But like they had to turn that shit down. You notice some of the Power Rangers didn't have the blasters or whatever. Oh, because it's violence and good. Like, why are you having your kid watch that then? Why are you not in control of the TV that you own in your house or your child? But like, because everybody wants to
entitlement.
White people. So like,
not just them. I'm telling you, it's just across. When I say Negroes, I just mean people in general. Negroes don't read.
The funny thing about it was,
serious.
I was at my job and I was making a stop at a movie theater, and it was a line around the corner. Most of it was teenagers and younger kids. Yeah. And like teenagers bringing their little brother and sister to see the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and this is Joker.
Yeah. Wow. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what's coming out today? Like, what's going on? They were like, oh, Joker's on today. I was like,
are you gonna bring your kid to see that?
Really?
Shit. The fucking trailer tells you this shit ain't gonna end happy.
Right. Like,
come on, my
I do have an interesting question back to what Mike said earlier. Sure. You said that you can have a villain movie, right?
Yeah.
But what if the villain is not as bad as the other villains? Can they coexist?
Venom.
Right, Venom.
Venom's an anti-hero. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. because, like, when you think about it, villains are what make the hero or drive the hero further. You think about some of Spider-Man's villains. You think about Batman's villains, Superman's villains, where he feels a little bit more. He feels a little bit more relatable. Because really, Lex Luthor is just a genius, right? But he's an ordinary man. He's going against technically a god or a demigod. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it comes to villains, yeah, of course, because now you want to know what makes the villains. And villains have always been the driving force of a story. Why are they this way? Why are they doing what they're doing? A lot of times, the megalomaniacs who just want to blow up, see the world burn, or just like, they only think, I want to conquer the world, but they don't think past that.
Leia's a villain.
But who doesn't like layers of a person?
They're already coming out with their next villain movie. Next year's the Birds of Prey movie. The lead of that is Harley Quinn.
Ooh. I don't know if they're villains in that one. They are, but they're turned. Well, they already did Suicide Squad.
They're anti-heroes.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're right. You're right.
In the comic books, Harley did eventually go good again, but
she did good for a certain time.
It's technically not a villain; it's an anti-hero. But
right. I just want to know if they're going to explore her and Poison Ivy's relationship on screen.
Probably not. So what might be the move moving forward is that DC just going to get. They're going to use the movies as an excuse to make like adventurous stuff. So, for example, people are not going to go to see a brand new script about whatever genre. It doesn't matter, right? Mm-hmm. But now that you have a hero, what DC is going to say is, hey, you want to make some really in-depth crime thriller? I'll give you a hero. You make that fucking movie with that hero. It doesn't have to be connected to shit. It can only exist in this world. Doesn't matter. That's exactly what happened with Joker.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And that's what they're going to do moving forward. Like, we had the intellectual property. You can make whatever fucking movie you want because you have to connect it to shit. We don't care. Have at it.
They sucked at so much other stuff they had to go to this. Don't get me wrong. This is still great, but...
You think? Okay, so question, because I haven't seen Joker. Oscar bait? Oscar, yay, nay?
Yeah, it is kind of Oscar bait, though.
Ooh.
Director or acting? Or script?
Both. I'm hearing acting, definitely.
Are you
but acting both.
Yeah.
Directing, yeah. No, and here's why. All right, so you guys haven't seen it, and I'm not going to talk about any particular scenes. For those who may have seen it, you might know. It's the way the progression of the character.
That's what I heard.
The progression of the character where it's
believable.
It's believable.
And it's emotionally draining from what they're saying.
Facts. You think it's too long, but then something happens, you're like, I see why they did this, and holy shit. Also, Joaquin Phoenix, come on, man. Like, we know this man is about his craft. Come on. Right now, Joaquin, Tom Brady. Tom Brady
is about his craft.
What's the guy? What's the guy?
Old as shit, still throwing touchdowns.
What's the name? What's the guy from Bane? I can't remember his name.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Tom Hardy, Leonardo DiCaprio, and James McAvoy right now are living their best lives. They're probably killing the game. The only thing is, I think James McAvoy is on par with Leonardo DiCaprio. He just doesn't have the list. He doesn't have the extensive list of movies behind him because that man can act. Remember Split. But anyway, Joaquin did his thing, and it's just like, I really want to tell you something. The progression of the Joker isn't the only thing that will mind fuck you. There are certain things that happen, and you're just like, what? And I can't say anymore without revealing something. There are certain things that happen.
There is one thing I want to know that's very like.
Remember Us?
Yeah.
Surface.
Remember at the end what happened? Nothing has. Don't worry. I'm not trying to think about like that impact of finding out that Red was really the escape one. Mm-hmm. It's an impact like that.
What is his age? Because with Heath Ledger,
it's Solo.
Okay,
so it doesn't even matter, my friend. So they're not counting it. And what they're kind of saying is he can be the guy that inspires the Joker. Now, if you're a DC comic, shout out to comic book nerds. Like, this shit is now relevant. Y'all are now really realizing how deep science fiction is and all this other stuff. Y'all out here watching werewolves and like, I'm not a geek. You watch goddamn trolls and ponies, like magical universe. Like, get out of here. Stranger Things brought that up. Sorry, my bad. So like, well, fuck, I forgot your question. No tangent.
No, I was talking about the age because you can see the difference between a younger Wolverine and an older one. So I was thinking,
like Ocean said,
Joker.
This is a standalone universe. They're saying that it can connect in a way where the guy can influence the Joker. as well as he can be the Joker. Maybe something happens. If something happens like that, it'll be the Lazarus Pit. Remember, the Lazarus Pit is what kept Ra's al Ghul alive for so many centuries of years.
Right.
So that could be something. But at the moment, since it's standalone and they're not looking to expand it, they even talk about not bringing Batman into it. It looks like he's going to influence the next Joker. So Heath Ledger's Joker technically is influenced by this Joaquin Phoenix Joker, which makes sense because at the end you'll see why.
They dumped Jared Leto so quick.
Oh yeah,
because there's a new Suicide Squad and he ain't coming back.
He didn't do good.
His Joker wasn't all that great.
There's not even like a request for him in other shit. So it's just
like he's actually forgettable. He's forgettable.
And the funny thing, he is a version of the Joker in the comics.
Yeah, that's the real version. It just no one cared. It didn't impact anybody.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Joker's not one of those guys. I'm sorry.
You ain't got the juice like that.
Facts.
That's cool. That's
cool. Let's move on to Raising Dion, which really had a dope beginning. It started off as like a crowdfunded thing because there was a trailer. They were trying to find funding to do a movie. They didn't find that, but then shout out to that boy Michael B. Jordan. He optioned it, took it to the studios. Netflix paid for it, and boom, we got a series. I did one of those Netflix moves where you try to watch one episode of a show, you just like, let me just finish it out and figure out what happened the next episode. All right, let me just figure out what happened the next episode. You're just like, man, fuck this show, man.
Agreed. It's a family fun show, but the development is pretty dope. Dion's powers as it manifests and how it connects, like even the drama with his dad, kept bringing me in.
You know what's so cool about watching this? It's like, sometimes like they're doing a lot of movies now to try to center issues of being black in America and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just so obvious. It's just like, it's just boring. Like I am black in America. The way you're telling this story is boring the shit out of me, right? That you don't happen in this moment. There's moments in this film where it's just like, there's things that happen, and in the context, you can just be like, oh, it's because of your powers. And you're just like, Nah, nigga. That's not.
I'm not even gonna.
I'm not why this happened.
I'm not gonna ruin something. But like, there's a scene where his mom has to talk to him about something he has to face it while being black, and it makes you think as a dad, because there's a number of men here right now. How would you speak to your child if something like this happened?
Because the kid's only 7. All this shit's happening when the kid's 7.
Right.
So it's like developing powers, trying to figure out who you are in the world, and all that shit's happening to you as, boom, you're a 7-year-old son of a single mom, right? And just think about the world through those eyes of trying to find yourself all the while having this power. And that's kind of the crux of the story. And like it's
and his mom's going through some stuff too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Damn. His mom was. She was in La Marina all summer.
She wasn't built for fall. She wasn't built for the winter.
Dion fucked her shit up. She still loved him though.
Facts.
Damn. But that was not what she was. That was not her plans at all. And that's why I like the show. Like, there's moments of, like, levity. Sometimes when people do shows that have dark themes, one of my criticisms is, like, even people in war zones have moment of levity. Why can't you have it in this show? Like, and I think that's what they do really well in this show. It's like, he's 7. Niggas don't process. I keep saying niggas, but, like, the little kid don't process the world the same way. Like, so even if shit is serious, like, he gets it. Not really. Not really. Like, and that's kind of like the tone of the show throughout. Like, oh, he gets this is bad, but then like, once it's over, I'm fucking 7. Like, moving on. And I think that's just was dope. And I thought it was a really well done show. So shout out to them. You know what it reminded me of? They didn't give it like the budget like the other Netflix shows, which is fine because it gave me that vibe of like a CW superhero show, which is not a criticism because CW makes good superhero shows, and that's exactly what this felt like.
Yeah. Okay,
so that it was pretty good. I'd recommend it, and you can definitely take your kids to watch it. Yeah. And unless they get if they get nightmares from this, your kid's soft. I'm sorry, like this shit,
soft.
Like soft.
SAWF.
Yes, soft.
I want y'all to watch it because there's a part of the movie, that's a TV show, that I want us just to have just some jokes because I got jokes. I got jokes for days, but I'm not going to tell them.
Group chat going to be lit.
Also, the premiere of The Watchmen happened this week with Regina King. Check it out. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
They also launched a Golden Compass. That movie was basura.
I think Sage liked it, if I'm not mistaken.
The books were really well loved. It's just that sometimes shit don't translate well. And it just don't.
That's the problem.
Speaking of which, the teaser trailer for the Cowboy Bebop live action. No, it wasn't a teaser trailer. It's just like them showing like they're going to film. If y'all have never seen Cowboy Bebop, I know every now and then I'm the one with the anime shit here. Look, Cowboy Bebop is one of those shows where I would recommend whether you have seen an anime a day in your life or not, because it is not an anime in the sense of like you have to kind of get anime culture. It's just a space western that's drawn. That is it, right? The themes and all that stuff, the character development, you don't need to know anything else about that, but what's happening on the screen. And it works like that. And they're doing a live action. Hopefully it don't suck ass, but we'll see. Coming to America too. We already talked about that. That shit's gonna be terrible. I said it. It's gonna be terrible.
I don't claim that.
The impact, nah.
I don't claim that.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna hope for the best, but I'm expecting the worst with this one.
Yeah. Boondocks is coming back with Aaron McGruder. I don't know if the voice acting is coming back, but the show is definitely coming back. I think they're gonna revive the style. They're not gonna do the same style as last time. I think this is like a whole new version of it.
I think that's fair to an extent. The show progression.
It's been removed for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Been off a minute. Will Smith is looking to do some kind of spin-off of Fresh Prince, which
pull the plug, somebody.
Man, come on, man.
I think Will Smith reliving his old days should stop at Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys for life.
That trailer made me sad.
Right? How old they were? Yeah.
Yo, I still think Martin Lawrence.
When I got out the car slow motion, I'm just like, is this slow motion or is this real time?
You stupid.
Mike Lowry.
I was just like, oh, this thing I hit to say it. This is what happens when a sequel is like, what, 15 years or 10 years? How long ago was the last movie? Jesus.
I think Martin's character is...
Motherfucker, you look 30.
Him and his wife are divorced.
In the movie?
I think so. I'm just going off speculation. I don't know.
Oh, Bad Boys 2 was in 2003.
Wow.
Damn. 16. Can't be doing this. Leave that man alone.
He been trying to not be a partner for this long. Got shot in the ass.
Yo, every Bad Boys has a scene where Will Smith running with his shirt off, okay?
That was his thing.
That was his thing.
Every movie.
At this stage, I'm not trying to... That's an icon. Don't let this man catch pneumonia trying to relive these movies.
Wow. This is the icon living.
Wow.
Son, shady. It's been shaded here. Hi.
I mean, delivery shade.
Will Smith's still doing shit that'll kill you right now.
Yeah, you're right. He did jump out that plane, though.
You know what's crazy? Before we even turned the mics on, he was like, let me say this now because I don't want to be shady on the microphone. He still came. He still arrived.
Hey, man. Will Smith's one of my favorite people on the planet because his IG be popping. Like, straight up. That motherfucker living his best life.
Yeah, I'm going to call Danny Ocean Shade 45. So.
Speaking of which, Gemini Man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's dropped yet.
It dropped.
It did.
Sage, I'm going to see it without you.
Y'all know how they did that movie?
Gangster.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to that. For those listening, right, you got to understand, when you're in a relationship, whether long distance or not, there are certain movie series y'all can't watch.
Even movies?
Yes.
Because a Netflix arrangement. Movies
hold on,
is a lot.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you something that I don't know. Can I say it on the air?
Yeah. I mean, what you want? Yes.
Back in Game of Thrones season, a certain colleague of mine who had just jumped into it, right?
Oh, man.
Because his significant other was already ahead.
My nigga got caught.
And was like, I don't want to wait for you. I'm interested. He had to get logged out of all the devices. The PS4, the TV, the tablet, the Xbox. Yo, she was like, nah, shut all this down. In the words of Vine, delete all that shit. So when Highbridge tells Vanna, I'm watching it without you, that's a declaration, and that's going to be a conversation if it isn't already.
Bruh. We still have yet to watch John Wick 3 together. No, wait. It goes deeper.
No,
the plot thickens. I have tickets in my pocket right now that she got from a raffle at her job or something to go to the movies for free. I've seen her with these tickets in hand. And nary a situation has presented itself such.
What he's saying is he wanted to see the movie, but somebody was in control of the day. It didn't happen.
Yeah. I respect your energy. Yeah, you go see that movie, sir.
But you can't be too mad. Different type of movie later on. You know what I'm saying?
And I listen, I always tell her all the time, I see it one time.
Yeah.
Give me a while. I'll forget the whole goddamn movie. It'll be brand new to me. I'll be like, oh, I forgot about that. That was crazy. Listen, I just rewatched one of my favorite shows, The Unit, on Amazon Prime.
Yo.
I was in love with that show.
That's
bro.
A dope show.
Love that show.
Dope
when
show.
my man got shot and died in the back of a truck, when he saved his best friend's life, when he got shot and he ended up saving him when he almost died at the table in like Iraq or Afghanistan or something. And he get in the back of this truck and my man gets shot by a sniper. I'm on the train watching this on my phone. He gets hit. I turned whole body to the right. It was like, what the fuck is happening right now? The lady over me was like, are you okay? I was like, he died. They killed him.
I'm not okay.
I'm like, yo, my man Hector. Everybody looking at me. I'm like, it's a show. I'm sorry. It's a moment.
Little nigga Stu.
Yo, like, son.
If you know, you know. Like,
I was hurt, bro.
I feel you.
Hurt in front of people and didn't give two fucks. I was like, nah.
That's when you know TV's at its best. When you feel like you still have some type of way. Like when niggas was cracking Hodor jokes the next day, it was like, y'all niggas is fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Not the homie. You know what's crazy? Held the door, bro. You don't do that.
You know what's crazy? That night at my old apartment, my crackhead roommate, we found out he was a crackhead because... Let me tell you how I found out he was a crackhead.
You speak literal.
My nigga.
He had to make that to the point we found out he was a crackhead.
Son, he came in.
He turned to Judge Mathis real quick. I know a crackhead when I see one.
He came,
tell us about him.
He came in, DMX. He left, X. Like, it was just like, my nigga, I passed him down the block because I was going to the store. You know how, like, some of those bums be having slippers and their weird tattered garbs? He looked like that. And I'm like, this is Canarsie. We don't have this. We don't even have this at Rockaway Parkway. We don't have.
Man,
so anyway,
smoker attire on.
So I don't know why he tried to bend into my door, but he tried to get into it with a screwdriver or whatever, right? It didn't work. And I sent a picture to Ocean about it, and he was like, "Yo, that's wrong, son, because the door just dropped." So I'm like, "Yo, I almost got jacked. Like, what are you talking about?" And then my homie called me and told me it happened. I was like, "Oh, but nigga, I almost got robbed." Like,
he just sent me the picture of the door. I'm just like, "Yo, that's not cool." Like,
you were completely out of context and just offended.
Because I thought the picture said it all. Like, somebody tried to get you.
I legitimately was like, "Oh, that's fucked."
But it was, I messed up. It was Sunday. It was after 9. I should have known.
You over here playing R.I.P. in the background. This is R.I.P. my homie. All that shit. Meet me at the crossroads. Everything playing in the background.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't gonna front.
Oh my god. Yo, the dude that played Hodor said the next day, everywhere he went, people needed to give him a hug. Like, that's fucked up.
Nah, that messed up a lot.
We need to go out like that, dude.
I ain't never seen an episode of Power, but I heard after that shit with Tyreek, everybody wanted to beat his ass in real life.
Yeah.
Like, there's a skit about that where the dude gets to the elevation slide, it's taking me everything and not to fucking swing on you, man.
It's a fucking show, bro. It's a show.
Nah, because we felt the same way about Joffrey. You know what I'm saying? And
Listen.
To be fair, I haven't had an emotion where I just I couldn't control it. Since Spider-Man, I think it was 2, when he was dating Mary Jane and all this other stuff, and then he was like, "I can't be with you," and he walked away from her after the death. I was like, I jumped out. First of all, this is how you know how old it was. I was at Canarsie Theater when I seen this.
Wow.
All right, $5. You know what I'm saying? I jumped out my seat and started walking up the aisle like, no! Nobody knows about that. That's something new. I was like, no!
This can't be.
And there was some guy who's like, okay, brother, okay.
You know, the only one, because I saw it in theaters too. I was at Court Street, which is like the black theater in Brooklyn.
Yeah, of course.
And this dude, at the end, jumps at this screen. Nigga, we watch you this whole film bitch about her, and you get your shit. Okay,
so I was valid.
It was tight. And the whole theater was dead. Like, they're like, yeah, we feel that because, like, come on, son. Like, just watch you bitch for like 2 hours.
Word about her, and then
you get your shot. Like, nah, I'm good. What the fuck you mean you good?
You know who I am, bitch. If you don't get back there and get your woman. My bad. We went on a whole tangent. My bad, son.
Okay, we go. Last thing about Blurred is Mixed-ish dropped, which is so. First of all, shout out to Kenya Barris. If y'all don't know who that is, he's the one that produced Black-ish with Anthony Anderson and Lawrence Fishburne, and now my son has a universe of TV shows. He got Black-ish, he got Grown-ish, and he has a Mixed-ish, and they're all revolving around the same universe.
Yep,
on one network. Son,
it's amazing.
Ain't nobody did that shit since Bill Cosby.
Wow, what about Shonda Rhimes? Nigga, like,
nah, not in the same universe.
Well,
I don't think Shonda Land is just
she-
in the same universe.
fuck the universe. Her getting checks like that on the same network.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you're right. ABC is just like, we're gonna give all these black folks checks.
check,
Until Tyler takes them all.
Nah, Netflix took them. Netflix took Shonda.
Yeah.
Netflix was like, yo, Shonda, got some shows over there. We got some checks over here. What's up?
Ever dream of a bigger budget?
The mouse ain't doing you right, girl. He buying you bags. We got islands.
He treating your hair like a 3C. You a 4A, girl. Come on, I got you.
Wow. Is this what we've come to?
Yes.
Yeah. Yo, let's move on to some next shit.
Oh,
Mayhem called this segment "Heroes That Don't Need Capes."
Oh shit!
So 14-year-old Sanaya Edwards from North Carolina infiltrated a racist group chat.
Shout out to her.
So what I think happened, because I was researching, they weren't really specific about the details per se, is she was probably going around school, being called certain names or hearing certain things, and, you know, recent events made her interested, and she infiltrated a racist group. First of all, y'all racist motherfuckers are trash. Y'all can't get the racist lingo out like we the blacks did it. No, we don't call ourselves that, first of all. Second of all, we the blacks. Second of all, how you let a 14-year-old infiltrate a group chat, right? All she did was change the avatar of her skin. Like, she changed this to get the skin's avatar to white, and they let her in. Right? They did no... 14 years of age, you know who's in high school. You know the names. But she was able to get in. She was able to obviously screenshot and take pictures. And when they were, like, talking about black people as penguins and insert N-word here and C-word here and all this other stuff. And when she called them out on that, only one of them said, you know, go back home, N-word. With the racist penguin with a gun. So they exposed what happened. The school is talking about it and they're working on it, but it's so many students, they don't know who. The mother is obviously concerned. The family stands with her. The parents and the mom and dad are very concerned, but it's just like, I gotta now fully expose her to this. And also I think she's thinking about being transferred because they're coming after her, bro.
I just want to say she must have heard Nipsey at some point. The spook by the doors is the infiltration. Double back dressed in blue laces, nigga.
There you go.
She was in there, and I'm pretty sure one of these alphabet agencies is going to want to get her. Because she did that shit as a child.
Listen, shout out to her. Like, I don't know, back in high school, I would not have the wherewithal to infiltrate any group talking crazy about me.
I feel like there's more to this. I think there was like some fight. There was something. She was just, because you understand, like, there has to be a motivation. And I wasn't getting that from these articles I was reading.
But I mean, if you tired of walking around uncomfortable, you know it's some tension. You want to get to the root of shit.
I feel, but that's what I'm saying. There's the motivation. Either something was going on at this school to make her uncomfortable to do this.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming her. Shout out to her.
Doesn't really need a trigger though.
Nah, not really.
No.
So it might have just been there, and that's what the fuck they do. And she got sick of the shit.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But whatever. Like, that shit is crazy. Moving on. Shout out to her nonetheless. Lizzo was number 1. We missed that. Shout out to Lizzo doing her thing.
Yo, white women love with Lizzo.
How ironic.
No. I mean, first of all, black women love Lizzo too. Right. But, like, that's like the new... Have you heard of Cardi B? It's now, have you heard of Lizzo?
It's because she's a flautist.
Yes.
Jazz flute.
She's the dopest flautist, and I said this before. Like I wanted to see what Simon Cowell has to say about flute players, flautists, because when what's his name? When come on, I can't remember this guy's name, but when he used to host and he told him it was a flautist, he was like, I don't respect that shit, but she's dope. I've never heard of a flautist as dope as her, or mentioned in the archives back as like
most flautists don't twerk as they play. And
dance great. She dances great.
Yeah. Shout out to her.
Okay, no bro. Serena Williams' husband, Alexis Ohanian. Yo, first of all, shout out to him because he made the Dare shirt. We forgot to talk about it back in the U.S. Open. I know this is old, but like that shit was dope. So for a lot of people that think this Wonder Bread is Serena Williams' rival, she's not.
Maria Sharapova.
That Wonder Bread. So Wonder Bread over here only won once. Okay, 2004, I believe. Huh?
She has a name.
Yeah, it's Wonder Bread. So Wonder Bread. All right. Wonder Bread. All right, so like she won once, and I'm not being, and I wouldn't be this way toward her because Jen, we kind of take a neutral stance on it.
Nah, she's a prick. I get
but but then she's also come after Serena. She's like, oh, I think Serena hates me because I'm skinny. Bitch, no black woman hates a white woman because they're skinny.
Also, she ain't thinking about you.
Right, she ain't. And her body's intimidating. Her body's intimidating, not her. I don't know, skill. And when she beats you, for how many years now? 15 years straight?
Intimidating means I better watch my mouth if I'm standing next to her.
Facts.
She'll hit me.
Mm-hmm. Maria Sharapova wrote an autobiography, and there are multiple mentions of Serena Williams.
Look at that. Look, you dick riding.
Hey, somebody beat you up 15 years straight, man. You gonna talk about them. What? Yo, don't fault up for that.
What Wonder Bread needs to do is retire. Okay, retire, Wonder Bread. You big dick riding, or as Liz would say, big pussy riding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get off it. So get off that shit. Anyway, he was wearing a shirt underneath his jacket that said Dare, which was in reference to Wonder Bread's suspension of 2 years
for performance enhancing drugs.
There you go.
What? And you still lost to her? Wow. Wow.
Retire.
Listen. That's the female Ivan Drago, nigga.
Oh man.
You have to understand, Serena Williams won a Grand Slam tournament when she was pregnant.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like, you took performance enhancing drugs and still took an L. Like, think about that.
She had a whole person in her.
Facts.
A whole person.
Facts.
Oh man.
And it was technically doubles, bro. They was playing doubles.
Oh man. Goat. She's a goat.
She was carrying the team. Yo. Also, shout out to Serena because that bounce back after that kid. I remember seeing that Sports Illustrated cover. It was crazy.
That body issue.
Yes, yeah, she had like more abs I didn't think was available. Okay,
that kid tore her up though. Like, it's really like her career post kid.
Woo!
Injuries and old age have caught up to her.
Yeah,
but I think what's not being acknowledged is like even though injury and her age. Well, that's why old. I don't mean like I'm calling her old. I mean like for her sport.
Right.
Her level of performance at this age is not common. Right.
Gotcha.
So what's weird is like she had a kid. She had issues with postpartum depression, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Injuries have caught up with her.
Mm-hmm.
She's still top 10.
Right.
And then, like for the fact that babies pull so much out of a woman naturally, even with vitamins and all that shit, and the best care, like your body's never gonna be the same.
Yeah,
I can't. So her losses once to Wonder Bread, and then obviously to that dick ass ref. You know what I'm saying? Where she lost to Naomi. I'm not saying Naomi didn't deserve to win. She might have won. You know, Naomi played her heart out.
Her ass.
Yeah, Naomi played her heart out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'd rather be natural than you just like I don't know, dick riding this one. You know what I'm saying? Or just trying to get her out. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm upset.
She don't want it with the young bucks though either. So, I mean, either you go older against your quote.
But that's the thing. You gotta understand. The way I want to say this is like people like her always look for a new challenge. I think like it's kind of like Jordan. Jordan, what you want to speed race, tie the shoes? Let's do it. You 5, I still can beat you. Like let's do this. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what drives her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Naomi didn't deserve to win. I just wanted to see it go down naturally. It was like fair.
Without the ref.
Right, yeah. Fair. You feel me? Shout out to the GOAT, man. Shout out to Naomi too. She her and Corey Coco, I say go off.
No,
I say because she go off. Because right now she's what? She's setting records. She's the youngest 15. She's 15, I believe. She's all these titles right now she's winning. So she's going off. Go off. She's out here. Corey lost to her, but Naomi's like, come do this interview with me. Because they came out to see you, and she supported her.
They were shouting her name.
Yeah.
Exactly. So shout out to Naomi and shout out to Coco.
Tennis is big mad. You know that, right? The world of tennis is big mad.
Of course.
Because they thought when the Williams sisters were gone, oh, we finally got these Negroes out of our exclusive
and we got it
club.
back.
And then you forgot they inspired a whole generation to come whoop your ass.
Naomi. And the crazy thing,
there's 3 names right now, and they're mad young, and they're giving y'all work.
Coco.
Yikes.
Coco's parents are both athletes. I think one used to race lacrosse, another one I think played basketball or whatever. They encouraged her to do sports, and she was good at a lot of them. She just chose tennis. I want you to understand, she was good at a lot of sports she did, which she's naturally athletic. She just chose tennis. Go off, Corey. Go off.
I respect it.
One more athlete we got to celebrate is Simone Biles. She's now officially
Another
the most decorated gymnast in the history of the sport.
22 years of age.
I got to give y'all this hilarious stat. Y'all won't believe this, okay? So there's different ways in which they grade a gymnast's performance, right? And at the recent tournament in which she won yet another medal in dominating the sport, she did a move that literally no one had ever done before. So they have no precedent to grade her. So they gave her the lowest difficulty setting, and it brought her score down, and she still won.
Wow.
She invented a move so hard no one's ever done it before.
And they called it the
fucked her
Biles.
score up, and she still won. And you know what she did? She tweeted out with the score on Twitter. Ha ha ha.
Wow. And the craziest shit was they said that they gave her that scoring system because it would, the move that she's doing would encourage other gymnasts to do it, but then they would probably hurt themselves trying to replicate it.
Then you shouldn't do it.
I'm in a class of my own, and you
That's
hating.
so bullshit. You gonna punish me because I'm nicer than you niggas?
So when I
come on, man.
When I
Bring your
checked,
daughter to me, nigga.
when I checked, it was 22 for 22. She's actually 22 years of age with 24 medals. 24. 24
Son, the only
medals.
person I've ever seen dominate this sport like that is that boy Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like, oh, we doing the swimming shit? Right? Or Usain.
Let me smoke this joint.
Like,
Right?
oh, God.
Hey, listen.
Oh, my God. Shout out to Usain's Beijing teammate, Shelly Ann Fraser. Shelly Ann Fraser gave birth 10 months ago. Fastest woman in the world as of today.
She beat his score, right? She beat his time.
Fastest woman in the world. 100-meter record. Oldest woman to do it.
And did she do his pose too?
Son, watch the race. Wow. Watch the race as they're coming off that line. You thinking, oh, this is about to be competitive. And then it's the worst feeling it can ever be if you run track. Because when you just look her head up and she just goes, all right. So at that moment, it's just like, all right. Gone. Like when that full head goes up, all right, goodbye.
Damn.
Like she was in a groove. All right, let me just take a quick look. Oh, my comment. All right, I got enough time. Push.
Set the record,
Killed
man.
it.
That's crazy.
Killed it.
And Allison Fraser, Shelly Ann Fraser, and then there's a female track and field runner, black as well. She also gave birth a few months ago. She's now not
Phoenix.
Yeah, I did. She's not even the fastest woman in the world. She's the fastest person in the world because she broke Usain's Bolt record.
There you go.
Usain Bolt's right there?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's the one that
She
did
also
the
gave
pose.
birth. Like, son.
That's insane.
Listen, guys, I know we say black girl magic, but I need y'all to slow up a little bit. You're going to get some chicks hurt out here trying to compete with this sort of shit.
Goddamn.
Goddamn.
Yo, like relax.
Shit is different, bro.
That's elite level. I can't even relate to that, son.
Niggas be crying about pushing out a kidney stone, nigga.
Facts.
I'm going to push out this whole kid and get my medal. What you did?
Nah, son.
Woo,
I
that's
just
a
know
lot.
if I'm running for her, I'm just gonna cut up, like take left, jump the stairs, jump in the car, and pull off. Because she.
Okay. One last racing announcement. Shout out to my Kenyans, okay?
Oh, my man.
If I was a kid and some Kenyan tried to play tag with me, I ain't playing this game.
Never.
Nah, you gonna develop.
My man ran a full marathon in under 2 hours.
Get out of here.
26.2 miles, bro.
Under 2 hours?
Under 2 hours. They had like pace setters running with him. People were like, well, if he did it, who are the people behind him? They should get some type of recognition too. Like, no, these people are just catching him at different parts of the race to keep him on par with the time he's trying to set.
Right.
And he crossed it at like 1:59 and some change. 26 miles, bro. That's Sonic speed.
Bro.
Like, he catching all the rings and went gold on a nigga.
I'm lucky if I get 5 miles per hour. So
that's what I was about to say. Like, some people can barely get that in 30 minutes.
Yeah, so they're talking about, like, because they're trying to explain what his pace was like, and they're talking about what the record is for like running a marathon. You basically have to set a certain time for a mile. I forgot, it's a 4-minute mile or something like that.
Yeah.
So like a 4-minute mile,
which is crazy, by the way,
is like really fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did that for 26 miles. Basically,
I think the army requires
think about
you
the
to
consistency.
Well, nah, you do 2 miles in 13 minutes. Like, that's the army.
Yeah.
I remember that vividly.
Yeah. Got you some strong feels?
Yeah, hey, listen, bro. They smoked me out. Yeah, bro. They smoked me out.
They train you with weight on too. You'll be faster.
I almost signed up with Uncle Sam.
You pulled aside like, I'm gonna smoke this black out. Y'all niggas tripping.
Yo, son, they had me in Fort Hamilton getting fucked up. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? And like, hey, listen, you gotta hit that 13-minute mark. I was like, what? 13 minutes? That's 7.5.
6.5, yeah. Yeah, I got you. No. Yeah.
Nah, son. Nah, I'm not.
Yo, war is different, son.
War is different.
Yo, you running with a full pack to go shoot somebody? Yo, I don't know his name like that. You wild.
I used to watch these movies and I'd be like, I'd have thrown that shit ahead of me and pick it up as I come home and kick it on the way.
Them niggas put me in the dry sauna. That was the first time I ever went to dry sauna. I got good heat tolerance. I sweat fast. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But like, I could take some heat. I'm sitting in that shit. I'm like, all right, cool. Another dude walk in. You see a Ranger tattoo on his arm. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's sitting there. He's like, yo, you want to turn the heat up? I'm like, yeah, cool. Fine. He sees I'm getting red, but I'm not sweating. He's like, oh, we could use you out in the desert.
Oh, man.
I was like, you know what? How about not?
How about no?
I don't like scorpions. Cactus.
Nah, the Rangers are different. Nah, they're a different animal.
Yeah.
Though I knew this kid that was in the Rangers, and he told me, just like, the Rangers are like the elite of the Army, right? So they're like the best trained, the best equipped. And so essentially they have this reputation of being tough, and he was a Ranger himself. And he's like, I love that image because one of my favorite memories of like being on duty in Iraq was like we're all sleeping, like they were on a mission basically. So they're all sleeping in this room in some bombed out house. So motherfuckers is asleep. It's no tent. Like you sleeping strapped, like because you in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
So you sleeping hugging your gun,
all
right?
back to back
with your with your full pack on because at any minute you ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knocked out. There's somebody on guard duty, whatever, to make sure nobody gets caught up on. And then there starts to be a commotion. Everybody starts popping up like, oh my God, what's going on? Somebody saw a desert scorpion and was not okay, son.
Oh,
like, Cass pulled out the burner on the scorpion.
What's that shit?
First of all,
what was that movie with fucking this nigga what was it, In the Army Now? With this motherfucker, what's that crazy ass white boy?
Steve Martin?
No.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket? You talking about Full Metal Jacket?
No.
He was up in the Army.
It was a funny. He was like the Glendale Water Boys. That nigga. What? Not Pauly Shore.
It was Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore in the Army now,
hey,
bro.
Yeah.
That nigga, when he started jumping around as a fucking scorpion. Niggas started letting off the M16. Nigga found water in the desert. Nigga. Just because he's shooting
funny.
at the floor, bro.
Nah, they were not with the shit. Everybody tough until they see a desert scorpion.
That's a fact.
Well, I was about to say, like, we need to address a serious issue. If you see a desert scorpion, run.
How big are they though? What is it? My hand?
Listen, bro, that might be a sneaker crawling up the side of you.
First of all, desert scorpions,
aren't they poisonous too?
Yeah, very.
That's the point.
It's the one where the tail. It's you know how the tail comes over generally. It's a different type of tail, and it's like this big. It's light. It's a light skinned scorpion, so then they gonna catch you slipping, son.
The beige rage, nigga.
Oh man,
no, son. Like it kills camels, bro. It kills camels. The thing is like probably like this big. It kills a whole camel.
Yeah, he said that's the size of my sneaker. That's all I needed to hear. Yeah, you gotta go.
Worked on the sneaker.
Boom, boom, boom. You gotta go.
The grenade.
Yo,
I just picture like everybody being all tough, like, oh, hell no.
Facts.
Yeah, see 30 grown men running in different directions. Spread out.
You can't catch us all.
One nigga fall. No. Williams.
Throw me a call tags. I'll tell your girl about you. I come back there.
Somebody falling. Facts.
Let my mother know I died a man.
Turns around, legs off.
One nigga to fall down the sand dune.
Oh my god, yo.
Probably white, but okay.
Oh my god. Yo, by the way, shout out to my homegirl who is the tiniest thug I know. Because she wasn't in the military, but she was in Afghanistan. So she had to do her job of like, she used to work for the United Nations, of like regular shit, like deal with kids in schools. But because she's from the West, everywhere she goes, she had to have on not a bulletproof. Let's get straight about what her shit was. It wasn't a bulletproof. When you're in war zones, you're not rocking the bulletproof. That ain't gonna do nothing for you. You gotta do the high density anti-shrapnel joints.
Oh, the flak jackets, nigga.
Yeah. You like,
how much do
we
those?
dealing with IEDs out here, brother.
So that's another 100 pounds on you?
Yeah.
And you know what the crazy part is? It still won't necessarily save you.
Nope.
And also, like, when she's rocking it, it's like, it's for your protection, but also you like a bright blue outfit. Because she with the UN, so like, she's just bright blue. I'm just like...
Well, that's how they let them know she's a friend when she's just here, but... Son, I don't think, like, there's certain documentaries I've watched, as well as I think it's The Locker Room, where the guy, like, he's literally trying to, not detonate, he's trying to defuse a bomb in the first, like, 5 minutes of the movie, and the thing goes off, and I'm like, it wasn't that close. He's dead, though? Like, he had a full body. Think of Modern Warfare. You know the Juggernaut that comes out?
Yeah.
Still died, son. Wow. He had like 3 quilts on him, and he still died. Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Shrapnel is crazy. That's the worst part, too. If it gets in you, and let's say you survive, poisoning, bro.
Yeah, you can die from the infection. That's the shit that gets you.
What?
Yeah, and there's so many
That's
other
a slow
pieces.
death.
Mad
Painful.
Listen, I've never been in the military, but if I was to serve in Iraq, my greatest fear would not be the shrapnel, would not be the guns. You know what I'd be afraid of?
The scorpion?
Sand! Nigga, that shit is in your shit all the time. Every day in your life. Just like sandy cheeks every day.
Nigga, never want to see a beach again.
Never, ever. Right?
Facts, though.
Facts. Fuck that. I like rivers, nigga.
Like, you open a bag of chips. How we got through the bag?
I ain't gonna fret. You right. I probably stepped through the airport. Y'all got a Wi-Fi? I need to check ways to get rid of sand.
Google, no, all jokes aside, Google what a sandstorm looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Like a real lot. Not like them little YouTube, dust ups, like a legit sandstorm.
You can't see some things in front of you. Nah.
Fuck out of here.
But I don't even want to hear the word sandwich, nigga.
Right? Sandwich.
Like
you got my wish sandwich? I can't even say that. You got my wish.
You got my bread and turkey.
Be like, yeah, what you gonna do in your downtime? Just go sit in the middle of the ocean. That's like far away from land as I need to be.
I'm switching. I'm going to the Navy now. Nigga. I'm done.
That's true, though.
I couldn't deal with that shit at all. It's like every day, though.
Shout out to the people who are able to effectively get rid of sand. Because there are times you ever like go to the beach and like 3 months later you find some sand in something that you thought was clean.
Bruh.
Son, it's the most annoying thing. And then you know you got to clean that up.
Every part of your clothes, no matter how many layers you got on.
It don't make sense. I mean, it makes sense, but it don't make sense.
Also, if you just took a shower and you walk outside, just like, are you fucking kidding me?
You think you're washed? Nah.
Yeah, son. Sand.
That scorpion gonna catch it, though. Before I die, I'm gonna see the whole clip.
I'm talking about like the tear gas and all that shit. Fuck that. Sand.
Right?
She'll stalk you. Oh, man. Moving on. Oh, before we move on to this category, shout out to Tommy Smith and John Carlos.
Yeah.
They were famous because in the Los Angeles Olympics, they did the Black Power Fist. Mm-hmm. They finally got honor 51 years later for their civil rights protest. Mm-hmm. And just for context, even though that's one of the most famous images of all time, the United States Olympic Committee and the United States as a nation did not celebrate those men. They were not viewed as heroes outside of the black community.
Right.
And the white gentleman who protested with them, he was from Australia. He wasn't even American, but he felt He took part in their protest because he said they didn't have 2 pairs of gloves, so he said, "Why don't you just put one, like split the pairs, like you get the left hand, you get the right hand." And I forgot what he did, but he also took part in their protest as well because he was protesting for Aboriginal rights, which are the black folks of Australia, FYI, in case you didn't know. He got fucked too. Like they both lost their careers, endorsements. People wouldn't hire them for the longest period of time. Divorces came from this shit. And the white guy, whose name I can't remember at the moment, he died destitute, broke, not loved, deeply criticized, ostracized from his world. And Tommy Smith and John Carlos actually were there as his pallbearers in his final days. So like it's a small token, but it's one of those moments where, as considering the times that we're in, like even doing the right thing isn't always rewarded.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I know that doesn't sound like the most inspiring speech in the world, but think about that. At that moment in time, they didn't do this thinking I'm going to get a statue of this years later, or I'm going to inspire a generation. They just knew in that moment, it's like, we have this moment, fuck y'all. I'm going to protest to my people, and what comes. Because they asked Tommy Smith, considering all he lost after that, will he do it again? He's like, not flinch, in a heartbeat.
Yeah. You can find that YouTube. You can find the documentary on YouTube. He said, I was going to interrupt you. Yeah, he said, I'd do it again.
Shout out to the real ones.
Facts.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Now let's get into some music. First of all, the baby drop, Kirk. He had his pops on the cover. By the way, that man stole his dad's face. Straight up. Like, straight stole his dad's face.
I know that feeling. Shout out to my pops.
Yo, do couples feel some type of way when it happens? Like, it's one thing if, like, they have, like, your features, but, like, when they just steal one couple's faces.
Oh, like, yeah. Let me use my family.
The legend goes, the person that the baby ends up coming out looking like is the one that the woman likes the least. So, if his pops was out there just doing his thing, or the mom's, like, wasn't a fan of him while she was pregnant, he came out looking just like him.
Okay.
That's your story.
So, I was going to say that I believe it's a scientific thing where like boys look like the mom and girls look like the dad, so that way they'll be, first of all, they look cute, so that way you can adopt them if they happen to the parents. Yes. But like until maturity, they're safe. Nobody bothers them. You know, there's no sexual contact of sorts, right? Obviously, that doesn't always happen, but yes. So like my story is my youngest sister looks like both my mom and my dad, right? However, when you go into the room, you see, oh yeah, she looks like her mom. Dad walks in, nah, that's his child. Splitting image. And it's so funny because like people are like, oh yeah, she looks like you. I see the resemblance. Yeah, it's a strong resemblance. But people will not deny that that's my dad's child. Like she had his face for a long time, and as she's like 19 now, but like I think maybe when she got like 16, did a womanly features start coming out more so in her face, and it's like, oh, okay, now you kind of look like your mom. You know what I'm saying? They took a picture together, and if I covered one side of it, it looks like mom. Take that out and put dad back in, boom, you see it look like dad, like straight up, like it took his face.
I feel like
my dad got strong genes.
I feel like my dad was on my mother's nerves with me, and he had a good spell or a good run because my brother looks like my mom's a little bit, or favors my mother way more, and then he fucked up again, and my sister looks just like him.
I feel like I got features from both sides. Like my skin complexion is definitely my mom because my mom was lighter than my dad, but I got her height because she's short. I said it. You're short.
Wait, how tall is your damn father?
6+.
So you got his height?
Yeah, I got his height. He's 6+. Yeah. Why? What happened?
I'm just saying, fuck y'all niggas, yo. 5'9" with the soul of a 6'4" nigga. Holla at me, son. I was praying for that 6 feet.
And then you stopped.
I used to want to be 6'4".
I think. I was hanging on the monkey bars.
I thought I was going to make it to the league one day, but I was like, my jump shot trash. Like, this height ain't going to do nothing for me.
Yo, to answer your question, they talk about that. And generally, from what I'm hearing, it's the women are like, I can't believe you look like your dad, or you look, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be fussing over that.
That's how I be identifying kids. I was at a wedding, and this kid was running around. I didn't know the kid. But I literally turned to my friend and was like, yo, who face is that? Because they, who face is that? Thanks. And it was like, oh, you met, that's so-and-so. And then his dad walked up and was like, hey. I was just like, God damn. Yeah. I turned to his wife like, you must be tight.
Yeah.
You ain't had no input.
You look a lick like
I feel it. Carried you for 9 months. You don't look nothing like me.
You were a carrier.
You got my eyebrows.
You were a carrier. You were a book bag for a baby. That's what it was.
He was the book bag.
I was like, you must be tight.
You ain't getting shit on this Sage. You're done.
Oh man,
you're done. It's over with.
Oh my god. Oh, speaking of it, you ever watch? Oh my god, what's his name? Fuck, he used to go to Canarsie, but now he's like a personality with his kids and he's a social media dude. I don't remember his fucking name. But anyway, he has this like social media presence with his family. It's like a black family sort of social media content. And so he has a wife and 2 sons. No, 3 sons.
I don't know this one.
And one day he woke up early because like his wife was doing something. He's just like, I'm going to cook all the kids breakfast. So he's cooking them like their favorite, the pancakes that they love to make. Like, you know, they hungry. They've been up for a little while. Pancakes ready. Nobody come. Pancake come into the room. And they just all surrounding his wife, just hanging out in the room. He's like, y'all rather starve than to hang out with me? I love none of y'all, man. To the younger son, you, I thought you was with me. These are the 2 I gave up on with you.
I can't wait to be that parent, though.
Because we just talk about like, because they were up for a while and had to eat. He's just like, y'all would rather starve than hang out with me.
Let's not front like mom don't hook up breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Fuck that.
Nah, son.
I do breakfast in my household.
When I was with the women of I'll take a great example. I don't care. My grandmother, through my mother's side, okay, she crazy. Mm-hmm. Like talk to spirits crazy. Like Jesus talked to her. No, he not. We in the middle of traffic. Please keep your eyes on the road. Kind of crazy. I don't care if you crazy. I'll tell you to your face. At one point, I stopped eating breakfast because I cooked eggs, and I was like, I'm done with breakfast. I cooked boiled eggs, fried eggs, scrambled, all that. Did it. Master Chef at like 9. She made the most bangingest breakfast I've ever had in my life. Not only did I go to church peacefully, okay, but I considered coming back here for more breakfast, okay? She gave me what a full breakfast is, no cereal. Eggs,
you got the
bread,
you know what
juice,
you did?
tea. Come on, son.
You got the cereal commercial, like the rest of the stuff they showed that nobody ever ate.
The things we don't pay attention
You
to.
actually eating the cornflakes like you really wanted that shit.
There's
out
like
of all
part
of
of
that.
this balanced breakfast. I'm like,
Got some
whoever
purple
ate
stuff.
the rest of
I
the shit
had
in
the
this
purple
commercial?
stuff and was good. That's how bad she was. She was a bad cook. When I say bad, like she was great at it.
Yeah.
Like we were thinking about the family was thinking about creating a whole restaurant just off of her. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad she was. Once again, crazy in traffic. Jesus.
Every family got that one person that throw down so well in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. If they even imply they're having some sort of meal-based event, people like will invite themselves.
Facts.
Like people just be at their house. Look, I was in the neighborhood. Negro, you live in Connecticut.
That's Sage right now.
No, that's serious. Yeah. It's been 5 years since I seen you, Gloria. How you doing? What you really doing here? Why you got a plate out? Dixie plate too?
Or they try to have something small and people just show up. I'm having like a small get together, like only 10 people.
To be
30
fair,
people later. What the fuck?
To be fair, West Indian. I'm gonna let you speak. To be fair, West Indian older women never cook for small events. It's always big events because they know they coming. They know they coming.
I want to let you know this is how Devonna ended up in Maryland. I had to barter for my relationship. You laughing? I'm dead serious. They were trying to haggle with me which holidays they can have her so she can start cooking at their little get-togethers, which would turn into big things because people will find out that she's doing shit.
Giovanna, you need to start selling that Tupperware.
Some
plates in the Tupperware.
As someone who's had some of her coquito, I understand.
Excuse me. Whoa. That's mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't get it fucked up.
Wait.
No, sir.
So then this is what you say. This is what you say. You learn well from her.
Right.
Nah, son. Don't even give her none of that. Listen, I do 2 things. Well in my relationship. Coquito and motherfucking breakfast. She can have the rest of it. She
You're
can
taking
take
this from me.
You ain't taking that.
All right, you're right.
I respect that. I respect that.
She'll give me the kitty paws, nigga. Just the. As soon as you see a breakfast plate, oh, you up? You want to make breakfast? Yeah. I'm talking shit about you on air. So what?
Shout out to my aunt. She'd always have like I'm just gonna have a small get together, a small amount of family. 40 people later, 3 tables worth of food.
Tell the time. It's normally 6 to 8. 10 p.m. later, people still rolling through.
Yep. No, actually, my aunt is the opposite of that.
Oh, really?
Because even though like everyone in the family's showing up on colored people time, she works in the corporate world, so she's gotten that engineered out of her system. So when it's like time to eat, it's time to eat, and it's like, we're not gonna wait.
For who? My appetite is here.
Let me tell you, my stepmother used to throw down macaroni pie. Right, that's
you keep talking about this. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock.
Listen here, Coquito.
Go ahead.
All right, the day you make macaroni pie, I'm coming for that ass. All right, even your mac and cheese. Macaroni pie is a thing. All right, and I'm gonna say this for everybody listening: if your macaroni pie is trash, I'm gonna eat it, but I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna tell you. You won't invite me anyway. It used to be macaroni pie and black rice. I forgot who made the black rice, but whenever my sister used to have her birthdays, July 24th, all these relatives that I didn't know existed used to come because they wanted that macaroni pie and they wanted that black rice. And it used to be like, yo, I'm gonna drop my kid here at 4, but at 7, that's when y'all serving the food, right? And they wouldn't even stay. Yo, y'all think I'm lying? I will get my sister here to valid. And you know niggas be like, yo, can I get another plate to go? You got a whole plate. Yo,
it's the one I'm eating here.
Shout out to the savages that would just straight grab a tray off the table. Ain't got no home training.
Uppercut it at your events.
Son.
No, they do it on the low. Because, like, it was time to get ready, people fixing their plates, and then you turn around 1 second, did the whole fucking tray? Yo! Like, no offense, but what's things to be like,
oh, no, it gets real.
Yankee influence best.
Yo, legit, 7 o'clock.
What?
Yo, legit. 7 o'clock would be like dinner time, right? 6:30, 6:59, all of a sudden you see somebody like poking at the tray, trying to lift it, whatever. But the problem is they all get too greedy. So when one's there, all of a sudden it's 5, and it's like, "Oh, we serving food?
Yeah.
Mom's coming. What are you doing? Outside. Go outside. Like shoo everybody off, yo." It used to be serious.
Damn.
Listen, son, family gatherings can get, like, in large families, I feel family gatherings turn into, like, the Hunger Games, okay?
Yeah.
Like, if you grew up in a family with a shit ton of siblings, it'd be like, listen, bro, I love you and all, but if you touch that neck bone, it's going to be me outside.
Niggas would be fighting in my grandmother's house over the meatballs.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, yo, who ate the last meatball? Maybe in the corner, tucked away, like, you had like 5 of them shits. What you doing, yo? That my grandmother had the size of them shits down.
Shout out to the man of the house, because, like, you know, like we live in very patriarchal communities, right? Let's be very blunt about this, right? So there's always like the man of the house that would get like first preference and stuff. And I feel like this is where tension comes in. Because I remember even as a 10-year-old looking at him, just like, getting the first turkey leg, like, fuck you need this turkey leg for, like...
Yo, I ain't gonna front.
Like, I'm younger than you. Like, old man.
You on your way out. I'm on my way up.
Facts.
I need that.
First of all, I felt that way, too. Because I cleaned the dishes afterwards.
Oh.
And I had to put the food away. Oh. Son, give me my plate now.
Or they'd be like, yo, he gets preference of dessert. Dessert's my thing. That's the only reason I'm here right now.
See, I also learned at a very young age, being the oldest grandchild. I help serve. What I'm gonna do is serve myself first. When nobody's looking.
I respect
that. Yo, food's gonna be ready in 10 minutes. Yo, everybody open everything up. Let me get that. Here's my plate over here. All that shit is piping hot. In the middle of serving, I will fall into the shadows like a ninja.
Facts.
With a fork in hand.
Be in a closet or the bathroom. Facts.
Yo. I'll be back in a second when everybody come back for seconds.
Yo, shout out to that, like, relative that used to always hook you up on the low. In case your mom, like, he's not allowed to eat certain stuff. She'd be like, here you go. Yo, you a real one. You a real one.
You gonna die happy, son.
My Aunt Donna, I love you. because she used to stay giving me the ones with all the marshmallows on top. It'd be like 90% marshmallow and like 2 yams.
Yo, shout out to that relative because, like, I used to have, when I was a kid, I was allergic to pork. I could always tell when I was eating pork because, like, my tongue would tingle. Yeah. So, like, even if nobody
was born Muslim?
Listen, he always talk about his kufi, though.
No, instead
of Shade 45, Sade.
So, like, I could always tell, like, I bite into it, like, nobody would be like, is it pork in here? Yeah, I could tell, like, my tongue tickling, right? One of the first times I ever ate pork and didn't have an allergic reaction was because I think one of the relatives knew that my mom hated pork. So, like, me and being allergic was just convenient for her. But even if I wasn't, she's like, I didn't mess with pork, right? One of the first times I remember eating pork and not having that tingle was that relative. Because the relative's just like, are you sure he's still allergic to pork? Or this way? She's like, it don't matter. He don't need to know either way. So that's why my relative's just like, watch me eat. She's like, are you sure you're allowed to eat that? And I was just like, what is it? She's like, let's see what happens. I bit it to her. It's like, do you like it? It's like, yeah. She's like, I knew that you were just denying that boy that pork. I was just looking at her just like, I don't understand. The lady was just like, did you eat pork? I'm like, nah, I ate like the beef. That's not beef, that's pork, fool. I'm like, oh, that shit was fire.
She put some extra Benadryl in mine.
What you want me to do about that? Like,
all my life, Mom. All my life.
All my life.
I've been lied to.
You've been hiding this from me. I've been had, hoodwinked even.
Bamboozled. Oh, my God. Yo, we got to shout out the greatest snitch in history, apparently. Oh, that boy snitched told on people that weren't even part of his case. I'm surprised he ain't telling the bailiff at this point. Like, that boy lied about his overtime card.
I want to say the best thing from this case are the memes, because I saw a meme that said, yo, it was him, Your Honor. I believe it was whatever husband that burned down the she shed. I was like, I knew it, because I watched that commercial. I was like, yo, he did it. It was raining and he was watering the garden. What?
Burnt down Cheryl, she said.
Facts.
He did it.
I am so, like, this case to me reads like a ridiculous Hollywood movie, right? Because, like, let's remove 6ix9ine here for a second. The guy that was supplying the gang drugs ordered it from China and had it delivered to his actual house address with his whole ass legal name and paid for it in his credit card. My G, you built a RICO case with your receipt. Like, you just did interstate trafficking, possession, criminal conspiracy. Like, the fucking shipping label is all the evidence they need. And then they talked about, like, how did he convince the gang that he had a plug and wasn't just buying the shit on the internet. They didn't know. He's like, he lied. He just straight up lied about where he was getting the money from. And that's how he supplied people. And he was also, like 6ix9ine, not actually gang affiliated. He was just a plug that then started using them to do criminal hits and shit. And I was just like, everybody who snitched wasn't an official member of your crew, and you welcomed them all in. Oh my God.
Yo, you know what's crazy? There's a meme that came out. He said, I just paid all the bills. So all I gotta do is cook it, cut it, bake it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I feel you on that one. But I wouldn't ask the internet that. There's just certain Google searches I'd rather find out. Not to say that I would do that, allegedly. I wouldn't do that necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, why would you have all that information come into your house? People, they talk, in certain rap songs, they talk about knowing your mailman. Okay? Having a mailbox. Having a house. All this other stuff. Why would you have all that stuff delivered to you?
Why are you buying it on credit cards?
What? With your name on it.
Also, China, y'all out here, like, y'all really just shipping dudes, like, product through the... Jesus Christ.
China's just, like, paying my money.
Thug life.
Y'all don't give a fuck.
Thug life.
Because, like, in China, if you get caught with the dope, listen.
Obviously not return to sender, so...
There is no return address.
What?
Facts. Like,
that's a skit right there. Excuse me, sir. Is this show drugs? What? No. This is a break. Come with us, sir.
Yo, there's some FedEx dude out there right now just like, wait, what was I delivering? What the fuck? Yo, it's, to me, what's insane about this entire thing is that I get the impression that this kid, speaking about 6ix9ine, still has not learned the consequences of his actions. Like, he was still trolling Jim Jones on the stand. If the reports are true about him thinking he can restart his music career because he just signed that 10 million, 5 million a record, one in Spanish, one in English thing, I'm just like, yo, you really think that there are zero consequences for that? And I'm just like, it places him even in more danger to do this because now you have a gang that you indicted and their whole credibility is on the line, right?
Yes,
because it's just like, this dude snitched on you publicly, is about to drop like you ain't do shit, and if nothing happens to him, everyone's gonna be looking at y'all like,
That's exactly what I thought too.
Uncle Snoop had a nice little rant about him.
I'm not implying, I want to be very clear about this, I'm not implying violence, right? But I'm saying like this, the way he's moving about this is drawing even more violence to himself. It's one thing if he like did this and went to protection and going away, but you know his ass is not going to not troll the situation.
Right.
Like, you know he's not going to talk about this because he's it's like, I'm going to hire security. I'm just like, do you know how many hit records you'll need to get to maintain the level of security you probably need to feel safe?
Facts.
Very true.
Like, think about that shit, right?
You better go into
like,
hiding.
it's like he's done this, dodged 47 years, learned absolutely fucking nothing, is about to get back out, and I will bet you $1 billion he's about to do the same shit again. Like the very shit. It's like when John Gotti got snitched on by Sammy the Bull Gravano. Like when his right-hand man set him up,
I remember
and then he went to witness protection. You know what happened to Sammy in witness protection? He caught a conspiracy case because he got moved to Phoenix and he started a mafia there.
Wow.
And was doing the same thing he testified against John Gotti for. So, like, he didn't learn a goddamn thing. And I think this is exactly what's happening with fucking 6ix9ine. He ain't learned shit. There ain't no consequences. He still thinks it's a big fucking joke. He figures, like, fuck it, as long as my family's out of the way and they're safe, I can do and say whatever the fuck I want to.
I just want to say one thing. We do not claim that nigga from Brooklyn.
Oh, don't you?
No, he from Brooklyn, but he from Bushwick.
No.
I'm done.
No. What happened was he was conceived somewhere. He was just born here.
He from Brooklyn, but we use the specific. He from Bushwick. Okay.
Like right next to the condos, like Bushwick?
Yeah. He from Bushwick, yeah. Even though in all his videos he was in Bed-Stuy, that's not where he from, Daniel. Daniel, you're not from there. You are from Bushwick. Stop it.
Yeah.
We don't claim that nigga.
I thought that's just the craziest shit to me.
What people have to understand too is that $10 million deal is not all cash. Like when you get a record deal like that, what they do is they probably give him $2 or $3 million out of that, and then the rest of it goes into promo, marketing, studio time, all that other stuff. So even that, like, how is he going to get the majority of his money? Because streaming money is not that much. So you have to do live
shows, and that's when you're the most vulnerable.
Yes.
Like what venue's really gonna put up that insurance money or whatever it is to have him there? Because
he would have to leave the country because he can get that overseas check. They don't give a shit, and it's bigger.
See what happens to people overseas?
Listen, you think you're gonna get the Joel Santana treatment?
Oh shit!
I'm just saying. I'm just saying,
right?
Who's he with? Skull Gang now?
Oh shit! That's all you gotta really. But they're the worst.
What?
Like those people you to like they'll kidnap you, them kings, and be like, yeah, where you going? I own the police, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Like where you going?
Police.
Yeah, I'm just thinking somewhere if he even thinks about going below the border.
No, it's not about that. No, remember before, like, so people forget this, but like before he popped really big on the internet, he was touring Eastern Europe.
He was.
Yeah. So he gets love out there. And I don't, like, listen, yes, Eastern Europe has some, like, real dudes.
What, Slovenia?
Yeah, they'll fucking throw you a bag, my G. Remember, his goal is to make money and not be shot. He can accomplish both in Slovenia. Even though they did run up on Kristaps Porzingis and wherever he was from. No, deadass. He got pressed by Knicks fans in his home country. Like, they were saying some shit and then they beat his ass. Anyway.
That's a big dude, too.
It was two of them.
Timber.
They had on Knicks shirts and was talking crazy. I don't speak the language, but you can tell when somebody talking crazy.
Started using the hands.
It's just like,
and then started using the hands.
Like Kristaps, I guess, thought he was like, oh, I'm big, I'm going to skate her. Yeah, Big, take that.
Should have been talking shit.
I think that like he's just learned nothing. He's going to do the same thing, and I don't know who's going to associate with him. By the way, I think before I even continue, everyone in hip hop is talking about, oh, he's a snitch, this, snitch that. Kevin Gates said it best. All the street dudes y'all niggas look up to snitched. So everybody out here talking about, oh, nobody told. You sure? All them street legends snitched. He's just like, think about the movies that made them dudes on. They snitched, like the dude that Denzel did the movie on.
Yeah.
He told on everybody.
Well, no, he
told on.
He told on the police.
No,
right, he told on them.
Did not. That is the fiction that man wants out on there. No, he did not.
So he told his own family?
That he didn't tell on his family.
Oh, okay.
But he did tell on his associates. He did help build cases around other people in a circle.
Oh, that's the part that they left out.
Yeah, he doesn't want. He always wants to be like, no, I didn't tell on that. Fuck out of here, like,
because the movie clearly paints it like he just told on the police.
Yes, because that's his perspective. I'm gonna tell my snitch lies to my snitch grave.
Damn, Frank, I was defending them a few years ago.
I just want to say this. Sorry, nigga. I'm trying to come home.
Damn,
Push
Frank.
was trying to tell y'all. Push was trying to tell y'all. Anyway, we're going to move off from that crazy bastard. We're going to talk about Young May finally dropped her project. Nice. Shout out to her. They actually asked her, like, why she took so long. She's just like, I was in no rush. So I like that. Like, she has that level of control. And also, we have to respect her grind. Like, she didn't have an album to this point, but she been living off of them singles, yo.
Singles and touring.
She's always
yo, she, like, her shit was popping up on the fucking 2K soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's an independent artist for real, not like, you know... There's fake independent shit that be out
here. Right. Signed on Sony Red.
Shade 4-5.
And then, like, try to come out. Man, fuck y'all. Anyway.
Nah, seriously. And that was pretty... It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it... All right, cool. Like, I'm looking for more growth from her, but at the same time, considering what she's done, it makes sense.
I think she's a single artist. That's not me being insulting. Like, it's okay if you're a single artist. Like,
okay.
You know, I'll give an example of, like, who's like that. Oh, my God. I just forgot his fucking name.
Fat Joe?
Wow.
Nah, he is though.
Wow.
Yes. He got some shit right now, boy.
I was going to say the dude from the West Coast. I've been getting to the money.
And, OT Genesis.
He has no albums.
OT Genesis. Wow. Till this day.
Yeah, he has no albums.
But at the same time,
but all of those singles
slaps.
have been huge. And they've been talking to him like, why does it release no album? And he's just like, why would I do that when I can do these singles so consistently and get traction and tour? He's like, I've toured the world with no album. No one even noticed. Like until I said this to you, you probably even think about that.
Nah, I didn't.
And it's just like, why? What's wrong with this formula now? He's like, there's no push for that. He's like, I don't know if I can make an album, number one, because like I can make singles. So if this is what I can do well, like the fuck.
He'd make a single
make
album.
His own lane.
Yeah, like the fuck about it.
Shit is equating to the bag.
Yeah, he getting the bag.
To the money.
Beyonce music. Yeah.
Speaking of which, you heard the bags that baby's getting? The baby? That dude said $100K a feature.
6 figures. 6-figure nigga.
That's why he's smiling so much.
Right?
Also that...
Boy.
What was that video that he just released? That I sent in the group chat.
Oh.
He lived like he's living his best life.
Look, man, he had too many hoes. Like he had.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
I said, God damn.
Even if you are a video vixen, there's way too many of y'all. He living his best life.
It's my best life.
Right?
Shout out to him. The album drop. It surprised me. I mean, it's still not my thing. Like, I don't think I can listen to an album worth of the baby. But what I can see from him that makes me know that he's not going to just be a flash in the pan is that considering the success of the singles that blew him up, for your first single to be so purposely introspective, it's just like, you know that like if I keep giving people the same shit over and over, they're going to get bored of me quickly. When you surprise them, you can lure them in more. I was just like, all right, you think about this shit.
But it ruined the whole tape for me because when I first heard the first song on Kirk, like I was kind of thinking like he was going somewhere.
Different. That's why, yes.
And then the whole shit just sounded fun. It just sounded fun.
Well, that's the thing.
But that's his thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's thinking about the future. I think that's kind of like, it's just like, even though I'm going to give y'all basically an updated version of what I did before, I need to let y'all know I can actually rap and do it for real.
Got you.
Because one thing, I was listening to the interview, he was actually going around wearing a diaper. Like, he had shorts on to emphasize the baby, because he was having fun with it.
Yeah.
And he even called 6ix9ine with the hair. He was like, I thought of that before and I called it, but whatever. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I listened to the album. I agree. He needs a little bit more growth. And just it's a little bit more creativity and direction, but at the same time, this man is lyrical. It's just that his style is just weird. He hasn't fully perfected his own style. But if you listen to some of the lyrics he said, you're like, yo, did he really just sneak that in there? I agree. I don't know if it's going to be this album, the next album coming out, or the album after that. You're going to really see him at his peak. It's like with 2 Chainz. We didn't think he could do anything, and then he dropped Trap House. Pretty Girls Love Trap House. And he was like, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we love him for being funny and witty and do whatever. Then he actually dropped some introspective shit. And
the rapper Goes to the League was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I like that album, too.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
I like that, too.
That's like him really talking about his life and shit. That was dope. Summer Walker, I didn't listen to that.
I did. It's not for you.
Yeah.
It's when you being a male.
Yeah, I think we're in that phase of music. Like girls are just up, and it's like we don't have to cater to y'all. Right. I'm gonna speak to the female.
I respect that.
The female gender, and they gonna get to the bag because females fill up those fucking arenas for Meg Thee Stallion.
They've been buying albums
Cardi,
for the longest,
and they're usually what the dudes make their money off of.
Right?
99% of your fans with high heels, nigga. So they tap into your own crew.
Jeezy talked about that when he lost weight. He said, I used to go to one of my shows, and then like all my shows just be like really thugged out dudes. I hit the gym, lost weight, and he's just like, now I got girls throwing drawers up. He's like, wait, hold on now. I'm liking this energy. Like,
let me say this: women are the ultimate stands. They will find your old mixtapes. They will have posters of you, of your boy band group,
and the
all this
hotel
other
that
stuff.
you didn't post up that you're
right.
saying.
They will find all that stuff. They will find all that stuff, which is why you look at some of the hardcore rap dudes, rap artists. I'm gonna say hardcore niggas. Hardcore artists back then, they had at least a single for females. 50 Cent, 21 Questions.
Word.
Come on, son. How big?
They will stand
Magic
with you
Stick
to your grave. I mean, they bailed out R. Kelly. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, man.
You're a fan.
Hey, wait. She asked for that money back.
I got a female that I work with
really
right now, bro. Shorty was like, listen, I still give R. Kelly the business. I was like, word? She was like, I've always had a thing for Kels. I don't care. He could pee on me. I don't give a fuck.
This is the last.
I was like, you know what?
This is the only time I'm going to say this.
Do it.
I can't believe he's listening to that. She had me singing. Yo.
First of all, that beat is hot. Don't get it fucked up.
You remember the video in the desert?
Yo, listen.
Like two in the jungle.
Guys,
Make
you know what I
it
realized?
loud.
When you pop in music, nobody questions certain shit. But when that Negro started wearing the mask, where were the people be like, what's the fuck? Yo, this nigga's wearing the mask.
The mask, the bandana, the fedora, whatever that was. Yo.
The dude back underneath. What's happening? What's happening?
With the silky?
Holy shit.
He had the long silky before.
The body length silky?
Before it became popular with the wave check.
When he was rapping about hotel, I'm like, yo, it sound like you break into them shits. Like,
Come to love
in the middle of the night.
Give me your monkey.
That nigga Kels is trash.
Shit.
But his album singles slaps. I'm sorry. That shit, it's hard sometimes not to be like, yo, step in the... Oh, I can't even sing this shit.
Listen, that's why that Boondocks episode was real. That's why I'm happy that
Facts.
shit coming back.
Word.
Facts.
Oh, my God. Shout out to Summer Walker. Shout out to Zaza.
Yo, Zaza! Son, I feel Zaza because I love mumble ratchet shit like this. I do. I love my Southern Bamas. I love my Southern music. You know what I'm saying? She came out. I Googled the lyrics because I couldn't understand some of the shit she was saying. But I feel it, son. I feel that shit is added on my playlist. If I drop anybody home, you're probably going to listen to Zaza. Poop, boop, boop. Boom.
All right. We're going to actually wrap up the show a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's going to be a part 2?
Maybe, if we record.
Wow, you just brought Sage all the way out. She will be proud. Damn. That shit fucked me up. I was like, oh, shit, that's not Devon. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do some quick hits about some shit that we're not going to talk a lot about, but we need to cover because that shit's hilarious.
Okay.
Number one, when
Rapid
that lady
fire.
climbed into that Bronx zoo cage, and then posted that she fears no animal on the earth. Okay. That lion's face, it looked like a dude about to steal something. That lion looked around to see what the fence was watching.
He looked like, where's my trainer?
Y'all not going to Harambe me
That's
out
exactly.
here.
This is a test.
Shout out to the homeboy Harambe. He in my ear right now. Like, don't
Facts.
do it, my G.
That's how they caught me slipping. And I was 100% in the right.
Oh, my. She did a So Brooklyn challenge. Watch it, but don't watch for the lyrics. Just like look into her eyes and be like, oh.
So she looks like she's from Brooklyn?
No, she looked like she ain't home.
Sounds like Brooklyn to me.
She's probably from Bushwick.
That's Daniel's next door neighbor.
Drake's dad said he lied in his raps about their relationship.
Nobody believes you, nigga.
Dennis
I believe
Graham.
that mustache.
Dennis Graham.
I believe that suit he always got on.
Graham. Nobody believed the man in that suit paid child support. Let us stop the fucking lies. You ain't paid a lick.
Yo. Y'all know the Cigarello commercials? Cigarello commercials where they talk about Cigarello cigar. Y'all don't know what Cigarello?
Nah.
Well, the joke was he looked like the nigga in it. That smooth nigga that's advertised for Cigarello.
Oh my god!
Listen, bro, he was in the Virginia Black commercials.
Oh yeah, there you go. Nah.
Listen,
Why is he messing up his bag? Whatever.
Listen, bro. Maybe he thought he'd be able to jump off the diving board with that and find something.
Nah, that's some true father hurt on Drake's work.
Like, you know what I realized? Nobody's ever gonna admit that they ain't shit.
Yeah,
Like, why would you? There's no person who knows that they ain't shit that'll be like, yeah, I ain't shit. Unless they're trying to change. And if you're not trying to change, you're going to change the narrative of why you ain't shit, right? Okay. They be like, I wasn't as shit as they trying to make it seem. My boy. Like,
I was just misunderstood.
Like, I was there for you at your recitals. I was in the back, Playboy. You ain't see me because of the stage lights.
Probably hitting the stage hand. That's what he's getting to.
I said positive thoughts and prayers.
Yo, next quick hit, vaping has started to kill people, so Congress came through and just like, no more flavors for you. Took that shit away. Juul, which is the biggest vape maker in the country, all their ads are down, KOD. They're done. So, y'all think that's going to reduce the number of people vaping?
Nah. That shit's a hobby, bro. So
Can I get this message across though? Sure. It's weird how 6 people died from vaping. The federal government issues a ban within weeks, but 20 kindergartners, 22 people at Walmart, 49 at a nightclub, and 50 at a concert are shot, killed. And there's nothing being done. Just want to throw that out there.
6 people in a year.
6. Yeah. Just want to throw that out there.
Melania needed something to talk about.
So Juul messed up. They should have been like, vape don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah, right? I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
What is going on? I thought we were...
Are there still good people on both sides when it comes to vaping?
Oh, no.
I just want to know.
You took it there.
The person who sold you the vape is the real criminal.
Just say no.
Lead. Oh, first of all, the lead. People think that Flint is the only city in the world, in America, that has the lead in the water issue.
Oh, no.
Nigga, you thought. NYCHA Housing is having a big issue with that.
Trash.
And in fact, there's other parts of New York City that have the issue. But guess what, folks? Those pipes are lead. So to replace it, you would have to, like, dig them shits up. Ain't nobody paying for that.
Nah.
So what they're proposing is, like, dropping solutions into the water to keep the pipe from eroding. So my thought is just like,
I gotta drink that shit.
thank you!
What?
Thank you, Juice. I didn't even have to explain it.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna boil it. I'm gonna shower in it. I'm gonna use it in my teeth when I...
Hold on. What? Shout out to the black vendors mostly who've been coming out and supplying cities with actual clean, usable water to drink, eat. Not just Jaden Smith. I forgot the guy's name. Oh, my God.
You talking about my man that made the atmosphere water?
Oh. Yeah. I don't know his name, but I wish I could give him his props.
Bruh.
I know what you're talking about.
That made my heart jump. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody need to talk about this man. Because I ain't never seen or heard about that shit in my life. I always thought it was a thing.
But Danny Ocean just said if they were to do that, then you have to talk about how crap they are. Like how much of a shit person they are or government, whatever. Ain't nobody doing that.
Remy Martin was just...
Son, your girl, she fired. She fired, son.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yo, she was dragged.
She has thoughts.
She said women seeking compensation for rape just want to be paid. And when Ebony, who's the co-host, was like, nah, they should need to be deserved to be compensated for rape, she said that's prostitution. Thing about prostitution, at least prostitution is consensual. That's not the only thing, but at least we can start there.
Not in every case, but in most cases, you would hope at least. But
rape.
Yeah.
Prostitution.
I have nothing to that. I am not a female. I don't want that heat.
Facts.
Listen,
I already said Black Beyonce.
Listen,
so
if I was on that couch, if I was on that couch and Remy started saying that, I would be sliding off the chair. Do not include me in this frame. No. I don't want this shit going up with a hashtag.
And here's the crazy thing, right? I feel like Ebony, who co-host, was trying to help her say, like, no, they
she was helping.
And she was like, nah, that's prostitution. Nigga, what? What?
Oh my God! Speaking of, but just one more thing before we move on from that. Joe Budden was trending this weekend because he was going at Logic again, and I was just like, the worst part about this is that Joe Budden don't rap no more, and Logic don't engage in beef. So this shit's just boring. Like, what y'all gonna do? Talk at each other?
The funny thing is, I like more Logic songs than Joe Budden.
Listen, one of my favorite.
What other song he put out besides "Pump It Up"?
Fuck that.
Hey. Okay,
hold up. Wait. I still get the party rocking. Yeah. Don't get fucked up.
Does the Slaughterhouse still exist?
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. What? He came at Eminem? Come on, man.
Yeah.
You had to take that too.
But I will say, I still to this day listen to 10 Minutes.
I like Who Killed It. It's like his whole just.
You see how you had to explain that?
Yeah, I know. I told you, listen.
I said 10 minutes. Everybody was like, "Oh, okay." You tried to go too deep.
Listen,
it's
I'm
Joe.
Sorry. I was that mixtape dude. Okay, I was listening to mixtape.
I'm just understand like there's a music circuit.
The next thing he had wasn't his. It was up in the club.
I'm gonna say this: the only Joe I recognize besides Fat Joe is Joe the singer. All right. My name is Joe.
You stutter.
There you go.
Stutter.
Hold up. You mean the original Power intro?
Yeah. They say this is a big rich town.
Damn, they flamed the shit out of that boy Trigger.
Trigger was that nigga until.
Yo, Black Twitter is so savage. The minute that shit came on, my Twitter, I don't even watch Power, and I knew what was happening. Because the timeline was just like, who the fuck changed the song?
Responded, was like, all right, give me a minute. Like,
next episode. Elevate the show. Nah, y'all niggas ain't with it. Damn,
I hope he still got a bag, though.
It was like, man, fuck all y'all.
Nah, Trey was like, I really didn't want to do it.
Oh, really?
He said he didn't want to. He was like, I don't think we should fuck with that.
Nah, no, but he said it in a slick way. He was like, I told you let's not do it, and then he was like, you're right. Like, you know, comments.
Nah, trying to play it off. Nah, fuck it. He caught that heat. He's just like, man, fuck y'all niggas, man.
I think the misstep was 50 should have saved it for the Power Book 2 season instead of introducing it in the last season of Power.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, when he did that, I think he just threw everyone off with that. Like,
everybody so goddamn invested.
Yeah, and that shit sound mad happy too. I ain't gonna like Trey's song shit sound mad happy. You in a good mood.
It's not that kind of show.
Word.
And the last thing we're going to talk about, which is not a quick hit because it's kind of wild. There was a surprise for me in the Amber Geiger case in the fact that she got convicted at all.
Yeah.
And then she got 10 years, but will probably do 5 or less.
I just want to say really quickly before we get into this, niggas get caught with like a gram of weed and get more football numbers than she did for killing a whole person.
Oh, no. We don't have to go that far. How about this?
Fact.
This guy, this is true. You can watch this on video. This guy was being restrained in a hospital bed, and he kicked the cop. Like, because he was just like, he was fighting him in the bed. When I say he kicked the cop, I don't mean like he kicked the cop and the cop had internal injuries and was bleeding and was seriously harmed. Nah, he kicked the cop. Cop was fine. They moved on with their life. They treated him 99 years.
99.
I'm not even being funny. 99 years. I'm dead serious.
Fucking years?
Yes.
No cap.
I'll pull it up right now.
Nigga, I just seen somebody said some dude got 45 years for shooting a canine cop.
Oh, yeah, that canine. I did see that. Yeah, I saw that one.
And somebody, I posted that, and somebody was like, "Well, he did shoot an officer of the law." Bitch, it's a fucking dog.
The jury handed down 99 years after repeat offender Donnie Mills assaulted a Denison police officer. What was the assault? It's body cam footage of him being held down in a hospital bed, and he's just like resisting, and he kicked the cop. Not like he didn't break anything, he didn't damage anything, the cop wasn't injured, he wasn't even bruised.
The man is in the hospital for a reason.
Donnie Mills, 59, will spend 99 years in prison for assault.
I got a question. The man who was in the bed who kicked the cop, what color was he?
I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. Like, with 99 years, he could have been purple. I still think that's crazy.
Facts.
Nah, that's insane.
Yeah. He was drunk. He was placed on a gurney for a blood sample. That's when he kicked the cop. Because they tried to take blood from him, he kicked the cop. 99 years. They said he got it because he had a criminal history going back to 1979. I'm like, what the fuck that got to do with the charge you're giving him now?
Statute of limitations?
Like, I don't give a shit what the fuck his criminal history is. 99 years for kicking somebody? Are you serious? If I get 99 years for kicking you, I wouldn't need to give you a Dragon Ball Z kick. Right? Like, I kicked you into the next
but guess what state it was in?
Right? What state?
Texas.
Of course.
Of course.
Texas, I love y'all. I'm not coming.
Fact.
Y'all killing niggas in their houses.
Y'all trying to bring back the old Jim Crow laws. You looked at somebody funny.
They made it easier to get executed. The rest of this country is trying to get rid of execution. Texas is like, oh no, we got to speed this up. I'm like, I'm not coming. I love y'all. Swinging and banging. I'm with y'all.
My mention's going to be in the trash for this, but I don't care. Honestly, I felt like that lady should not have been forgiven. First of all, she came
too soon.
I reread on the thing again, the details of the case on how she put her key. She said she came from work, whatever. She put her key in the door. It didn't fit. So you already know you at the wrong fucking house. The key doesn't fit, or you use the wrong key. And it pushed the door ajar, and she heard somebody. And she said, put your hands up, whatever. And she shot the dude who was in there, in the dark, mind you. And it wasn't even your own fucking apartment. First of all, you don't know your fucking neighbors. Second of all, you got 10 years, and his father forgave her.
And then they also try to apply castle doctrine to her.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Yo,
castle doctrine's like you can defend yourself in your house. It wasn't her.
It wasn't her house.
That's basically stand your ground wherever the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Facts.
How? It's not your crib.
It doesn't matter.
It's stand your ground wherever the fuck you are. Castle doctrine.
I can't tell the family. I can't tell the family how to process their grief.
I can.
I really can't. Everyone processes their grief however they're going to process it, right? My issue is not with how the family reacted, because they're allowed to process the grief of their loved one however they choose to. My issue is that why is the bailiff combing her hair? Why is the judge hugging her? And why is she giving her the Bible? Like, all of these things are so not the standard procedure for any kind of criminal proceeding, and this attempt to painting as some bullshit compassion, if you're not showing that same level of compassion for anybody else, you can eat a fucking dick. Like, I'm not going to give you some magical fairy dust because this is a particularly sad case. You're not bringing that energy for anybody else. And at first I thought, man, maybe this judge was actually going to be somebody because how she reacted when the prosecutors leaked shit. Come to find out, she was actually endorsed by the police department. Yep. And if you think, with her last election, she was endorsed by them. So I was just like, this is my mistake that I always make. Like, when it comes to these moments like this, I'm looking at the skin color instead of realizing that when you come to people in these positions, their position is before anything else. And when she went in that interview, which I'm never going to watch her cry, whatever fucking tears she has to explain herself, tears. Because at the end of the moment, it's just like, it's not your fucking job. Yeah. I don't give a shit what you felt. This wasn't even like you were having this in the private quarter. You made it a show in front of everybody to hug this woman. And I know one day you're probably going to run for some fucking office and some bullshit campaign about your stuff. Fuck you. Like, it's just like, it's such horse shit. I don't just like, what if this person had not, I want to watch other cases with her. I just want to look for this level of compassion.
Likewise.
Let's go do a reel where you're reacting like this. Because if that's not the case, fuck out of here with this shit, man.
I feel like somebody is. Somebody probably is already doing that. Hopefully.
This shit, it was so disgusting. To the point, I remember a New York Times reporter said he was in Starbucks and there was 2 black cops online and they were talking to each other about the case. And he was like, can you believe she fucking gave her a hug after that shit? Shot a man to death in his own home and you get a hug for that. And she said, I've never seen that. When you got PD thinking like, that's wild. Like, NYPD, because, you know, they be wilding out here. And they're just like, yo, you wilding. Like, when NYPD goes, you wilding? Yo, you wilding.
You wilding. You really wilding.
That shit disgusted me, man.
Didn't even perform CPR on him properly.
Lied about it. Called her fucking, is it lawyer or precinct commander before she called the ambulance? And this, by the way, people forget this part, all this forgiveness shit. She's going to appeal this decision.
I remember,
she's going to appeal. If she gets this thrown out,
Yo.
You don't even have the audacity to do your 10 years after taking somebody's life?
She's not doing 10 years. She's not doing...
Yeah, she's probably going to do 5, maybe less.
Yeah, she's going to do less than 5.
She got 10 years in probation or just 10 years?
No, she got it's 10 years.
I'm tired of niggas taking a fucking loss, bro.
Send in the sniper monkey.
Stop forgiving people. I'm tired of this. You forgive people who have learned a lesson. She has learned. If she learned,
Highbridge,
she wouldn't be appealing.
How many times have we talked about this? Our culture particularly keeps forgiving people like shit gonna change. Shit has not changed. We lost so many leaders, so many people. Oh, we forgive.
Nah,
the church ain't coming for you. The church ain't coming for you.
Gardner. Erica Gardner was not with that shit. Yeah, I ain't forgiving nothing.
Hell,
fuck you. Right? And you know, oh, by the way, I need to take a moment because we didn't get a moment to talk about this. When the NYPD finally fired the guy that choked the shit out of Eric Gardner and killed that man, this by breaking NYPD procedure, which says don't choke the shit out of people because you can kill somebody.
Right.
You know, the NYPD union got pissed. How dare you fire this man for just doing his job, which is apparently killing black people. Yeah. And you know what they did? They did a work slowdown.
What's work slowdown?
So when the NYPD wants to send a message, they did this twice. It was when de Blasio made the comments about his son, and then with Pantaleo, right? Yeah. So a slowdown is when they tell officers to stop writing tickets, stop arresting people, because they want crime to spike to make you look bad.
Wow.
Here's the beautiful thing about this. I want everyone. This doesn't get reported because it looks bad on them. Every time they've done a slowdown, nothing happens to the crime rate.
So you're over policing?
Oh,
would you imagine that?
Like, I want to stop arresting people. I'll see how you like it.
Wait.
Everyone's just like, woo!
Right? The audacity of you and your community to be law-abiding.
To be black on a sunny day.
Right?
Holy shit.
I've experienced that in the last 24 hours.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to give one of the new guys a jewel, man. So now you know you could cut the officers. If it's 40,000 officers, you don't need that many then, right?
Oh, no, Juice. That's not true. Because this is also true. Recently, New York City has decided to hire 500 new transit cops. Would you like to guess their reasoning?
Why?
Is there crime? You want to guess the crime?
Is it fair jumping?
Nope.
Driving while black?
Nope. Homeless people.
What?
This is literally the reasoning they said. The number of homeless people on the subway has gone up, so we're going to hire 500 cops to deal with them.
First of all,
I'm sorry. Is being poor a crime? Did I miss that memo? Did I go out some point?
In the land of Oz, absolutely.
Facts.
My favorite thing is somebody goes, so let me get this straight. So to stop homelessness, which was the original issue, and then people pointed out how stupid that fucking sounds, and you said to stop fear jumping. Okay, let's go to the second issue. It costs you minimum $42,000 a year to hire these new cops. There's 500 of them. Do the math on that.
Oh, man.
If you divided that number by the homeless population in New York City, you can just give them $425 a month to ride the train.
Nobody wants to deal with the homeless, though.
They should have you there talking to them. This is
No.
Seriously.
That would abide by logic.
No, because the goal isn't, remember, we talked about this before, it's not to help the homeless. Right. The homeless are not a constituency anyone values. They don't vote, they can't vote, and they don't have money. So, if you want to scapegoat somebody...
Boom.
And the people that advocate for them aren't particularly loud voices. Like, think about it. Like, people, if you know someone that works with the homeless, they're very caring, they're very kind persons, but they're not politically connected. They themselves aren't particularly rich. So, again,
what's moving?
Hold on. I just also want to let you know there is a program that actively goes into our transit system and looks for homeless to help them.
That's not true. They actually did an investigation into that program. It turns out most of those guys spend their entire day at the office and not go outside.
Really?
Wow.
Well, I won't tell you how I know about that organization, but damn, son.
Y'all wash now.
That only drives the point.
Y'all wash.
You don't care. Like, to the point where they know the people in the program are not doing their job, and the response was,
they're homeless.
So, listen.
We got lead,
this city
water.
is super interesting when it comes to, like, we're super progressive, but goddamn, do we love to lock a motherfucker up. Boy, don't we? Like, ain't that some shit?
Putting solution in my fucking water. That's
lead water.
Bro, that's crazy.
We got super cops for no reason, you know? Shit is crazy.
We're gonna end on our moment of joy to wrap this up. Who would like to go first?
I'll start. My moment of joy is my boss music video. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't talk employee, I talk boss.
Tell him. Tell him where you can find it at.
Check it out on YouTube. Just put in Juice Cannon Boss.
Did you do the Birdman thing? Because when you threw those stacks on the table, I was just like, yo, my boy Juice out here.
Yeah, y'all was wildin', man. I had to let her know you can't afford me no more, man. Matter of fact, come work for me after this. Facts.
Because I saw her reaction. She looked at you in the video like, nigga.
Get this money off my table.
This is a bunch of memes I've seen, but this one was funny to me. Was like, it's like that guy who stands in like the park and he's like, "Change my mind," right? Yeah. So there was a roach there that said, "Everybody tough until I start flying around." Legendary. I've seen grown man bitch up for that fucking roach.
Yo, fly around.
Once it doesn't even fly, it like glides and flaps. Yo, straight up.
That sounds crazy though. That's just like
yo, flying roach will change the energy in the room real quick.
Damn.
Yo, my moment of joy is Ravi Loso's Instagram page. Girl, you out here doing the Lord's work.
preach.
First of all, I don't know how you get in and out of those outfits. You need a crew because them shits is skin tight.
Matter of fact,
I know my boy Highbridge don't know nothing about this. I'm not going to involve him in this.
I'm aware because I have checked her Instagram page and it led me toward a gift. So, listen, the marketing ads work.
Son, I need to get off this page. This is the devil and the Lord's work at the same time.
Right then. Anyway.
It's sin.
All right. My moment of joy is my new niece, Malia. She's less than 2 weeks old.
Oh, congrats, man.
Congratulations.
All the way mushy, bro. What the fuck I'm going to do with that shit, I don't know. But, yeah, she's a fucking doll.
Prepare to go to tea parties.
Yeah, I'm with that shit. I'm dressing up and everything. I don't give a shit.
He gonna
ain't got no pride on that.
He gonna have barrettes in his beard.
If I'm going to a fake tea party, that may be real cookies.
Facts.
Otherwise, a Yelp review about to be trash.
Hey, look.
See, y'all both gonna have barrettes in your beard talking about what?
What? That's a whole fact. We gonna go to T-Bar and get some real tea, son. Come back with some beet sugar.
Listen, I'll be there pretending with you, but if the cookies ain't real, I'm cursing the chef out. Like, yo, you need to get this shit together.
You and that bunny rabbit in the corner, y'all niggas got.
No, Chips Ahoy, nothing. No, I feel you because my little sister just got her new whip. She bought her own whip and everything.
What?
Congratulations.
Yeah, my youngest, like my kid. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yo, she got her own whip.
Old as shit,
and all I asked her, I was like, "Is it fast?" She's like, "I was moving." I was like, "Ah." So I'm about to go race her. And I gotta beat her. But in that moment, what I realized is that I had to become kind of like the brother dad, and I had to be like, all right, so you got this car. She got a new G35. Boom, she's smooth with it, right? Yeah. What you got with it? Oh, I want to change the light. I was like, where your spare tire at? Where your jack at? Oh, yeah, I don't know about... Nah, you got to get this. I had to make a list. And then when I was making that list, I was like, damn, son, this is going to be me when I have a kid. This is when I have children, more than likely, because I feel like my wife is going to knock me up twice. And she's like, I got you, nigga. You ain't going nowhere.
Shoot the club up.
You know? But at the same time... unless my wife is just as aggressive as me, she ain't teaching the kids to drive. It's got to be me, bro.
That ain't gonna work for your life.
It's not, because I'm gonna be mad, especially if I can't drive the car and I gotta be in there and y'all driving slow, son.
Well, I just mean your wife being as aggressive as you. Ain't nobody gonna be able to handle that.
Oh,
that wouldn't work out for your blood pressure.
We both wouldn't be able to see how that. There's got to be a compromise.
Sometimes,
or the sex got to be great.
It's like,
she got to have that fuego.
Like if I'm the uncle, I go to pick up somebody, kid from school because they got into a fight. I'm like, damn, am I supposed to be responsible here? I'm like, nah, you shouldn't be fighting. But my first question is really gonna be, boy or girl, yo, did you win?
That's a whole fact. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. I was just telling my brother, like,
pull him to the side, just like yo.
My oldest nephew's a really good kid. When we signed him up for like boxing or kickboxing or something, because he need to be able to clear somebody's shoulders in an instant. Like all this chubby cheek shit and nice smiles is great.
Because I put on a show for the administrators. I can't believe you up in here fighting. Yo, did you win this shit?
Yo,
all right, we good. Let me finish up with them, and then I'll talk to you again.
Like you gonna get suspended? Do we need to come back so you can give him an ass whooping?
Yo, was it the same motherfucker you been telling me about? I beat that motherfucker. Anyway.
Facts. I'm gonna be there too.
The fucking faculty find out you ain't that parent they thought you were. Right?
Get exposed.
Hey, fuck you and your system.
Right?
My child is G.
Do not allow Mayhem back in the building. I'll see you outside.
3:00. Me and you about a swing set.
Yo, I was watching a TV show and it was interesting because like this kid was getting bullied. So the kid that was getting bullied, his dad was trying to be like, you have to rise above and trying to show him how to defuse the situation and de-escalate. So he went to the bully's house to meet the bully's dad to have a conversation, no confrontation, nothing like that, to apologize for his son getting into a fight. Because like, that's not what I teach at home. Mm-hmm. And then the son's father tried to bully the dad. Oh, no. So like the dad was a bully. That's why his son was a bully. And then he'd been trying to preach to his son non-confrontation this whole time. And homie pushed him. And he just looked at his son and was just like, sorry, man.
Yeah. I was wrong.
I had to come and explain to his wife, like, what happened?
I had to put tips on this nigga.
She went left. I was trying to be positive.
See, that's what you gotta say. I try to be positive.
Because the truth of the matter is, you never want to see us lose a fight in front of your son. That's what you don't want to do.
And I'm trying to clear you out.
Right.
In front of either kid, because it's your daughter or your son, they gonna never let you live that shit.
Yeah.
Especially knowing us how we crack jokes on each other. You know your kid gonna come and do that same energy.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're talking crazy in 2K. You weren't saying that to John yesterday.
Right?
Wow.
You gonna be like, yo, Kevin Hart let you know where your life gonna end up if you fuck up on that shit.
Fact.
Only come up one step.
Yeah, that'd be some shit. I'd be like, yo, Highbridge, I gotta go. I gotta beat this man because my kid talking wild reckless right now. Like, we're in the middle of a game. I gotta go. I'm sorry, I can't do anything.
Oh my god, yo, we're gonna wrap it up. It's been your boy DWNYOCION. Find me on Twitter talking cash shit.
It's your boy Chris from Highbridge.
It's Juice Cannon, boss.
Yo, it's your boy Mayhem Mike. You can find me at Q Mayhem Mike. I changed my Twitter. My last tweet was supporting the Lawrence Hive because he was blowing that back out for that girl. Go ahead. Blue shirt all day.